The 93X Half-Ass Morning Show podcast is sponsored by Standard Heating and Air Conditioning.
We all know January is one of the coldest months of the year, and not that cheery, fun kind of Christmas cold. Nah, just the dark, dank January cold. Standard Heating and Air Conditioning is well aware of this, and that's why they're offering $40 off a furnace tune-up to keep you warm during the Minnesota cold. The last thing you want is to be huddled around an iffy space heater you bought from some shady targeted ad. Oh, and how about this? Standard Heating and Air Conditioning has now been helping Minnesotans for over 95 years. So book your appointment now at standardheating.com. That's standardheating.com.
The 93X Half-Ass Morning Show. 93.
All right. This is what we've been shooting for. This is why we put in all those hours at the gym. Preparing to F off on a Friday broadcast. Welcome to the Half-Ass Morning Show here on 93X. It's a celebration this morning. It's a special day, for we are congratulating our own little piece of work, Ashley, over here. We're congratulating her this morning on her second career marriage engagement. What the hell happened? What happened?
I am bursting at the seams to talk to you about this, Ashley. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you so much.
I
I'm
thought
very
for
excited.
sure you were messing with us when you sent us that photo last night.
No. I wouldn't mess with you guys like that. Yeah, he did it last night, obviously, and he was putting up a shower curtain for me because I'm one of those lame people that likes holiday-themed shower curtains, and Valentine's Day is coming up.
Okay, so he was preparing to hang your Valentine's Day themed shower curtain?
Yes, because I don't know if you guys ever hung up a shower curtain, but your arms get really tired, unhooking all those little hooks, looping another one in.
Any work above my nipples is quickly exhausting to me.
I agree.
Yes.
I think about that, dudes that work, do drywallers and stuff like that, holding stuff up above your head.
Exhausting.
Yeah.
All right,
it burns,
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Shoulders, your neck start. So he's doing this and he's exhausting himself.
Yeah, I'm sitting downstairs, and next thing I know, I hear a bunch of banging around, and I thought, oh, here we go. He did it. He's dead.
He's fallen, and that's the end of it.
And I hear a bunch of groaning. It's you good, dude? What happened? No, I'm not good. I thought, oh, great. He broke his arm. There's going to be blood everywhere. I went up there, and he was on one knee in the bathtub. Thought, oh, all right.
So romantic.
He set you up.
It's very on par for who he is. I knew when we did eventually get engaged that it wasn't going to be some big performance or, flowers everywhere or something like that.
Well, now help me out. Which guy is this now?
This is Jeremy.
Oh, okay, Jeremy.
The one
You don't call
Not
him
Gerald?
that, though.
The dong checker.
I remember.
So wait a minute here. I just realized I was so happy for you. Now I'm furious.
Because it's Jeremy?
No.
I thought it was going to be the other guy.
Yeah, Gerald.
Oh, Gerald?
Yeah, I thought it was him.
He's the guy that's much older and wealthier?
Yeah.
Okay.
What
yeah.
are you mad about?
Why didn't he ask us for your hand in marriage?
Somebody did ask if he asked you and Nick for permission. And I thought, what if he did?
He
How
should
great
have.
would that have been?
He should have asked us. Don't you think, Nick, he really screwed this up?
I
no longer condone this marriage.
I know, Josh, as a couple, we should be unified on things like this.
Yeah.
But I don't give a damn what she does with her life. I really don't.
Well, I'm a little upset.
Again, most couples...
I just realized how mad I am.
Most couples should have a unified front on this subject. But I really don't care what she does with her life. She's grown now. You've always been much more protective of our child than I have.
That's true.
So I understand, honey, that you're upset, but she's a big girl now.
Ashley is the daughter I've always been glad I didn't have to raise. But I look at her like a daughter figure now. And so I was very happy. You sent us that text yesterday. And I'm basically in my chair going, because I don't like to stand. I'm basically going, oh my God. I was so excited. And
You got really excited about this.
Yeah, I was so happy for her.
I love that. Thank you.
And
That's
I thought
a lot.
And then until I thought it was Gerald, right? It's Jeremy. It's a different thing.
Yeah, I had money on the other guy. But congratulations, Ashley.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Make another run at it, huh?
Yeah, and people have been saying oh, I can't wait to party with you. It's going to be so fun. I'm not having a whole wedding again.
I was going to ask. Now, I know it was your first time. You really wanted to have, like, the stereotypical big wedding, right? It was beautiful.
It was a lot of fun, but it also was a lot of money.
Yes.
How much money?
Too much, Nick. Over 10 grand. Over 10 grand.
And I know that's a rude question, but it plays into a direction we might be going here in a minute.
Yeah,
so
it makes sense.
That's why I asked.
Ours was $5,000.
And you did it right, too. Chipotle?
We did it. Yeah, we had Chipotle cater it. We had free beer. We might have had free wine or something. I can't remember. But, yeah, we got the venue for free, so we lucked out. My friend owned it, and so that part was
That saves
cheap.
a lot of money.
Yeah, but, I mean, even with the wedding dress that I wore, the tuxedo she wore.
And then your outfit changes.
Yeah, everything.
So this
DJ.
So you've already decided, Ashley, that this time around you're not going to have anything grandiose. What are the rough plans now? You going to go see a judge, a justice of the peace? Are you going to go summers on a tropical island? What are you doing?
No, we're just going to go down to the courthouse at some point and then maybe have like a small little get-together with our family.
Sure.
Now, will we be invited to that? Because Dana didn't invite us to his.
If we do something that's bigger than just our immediate family, yes.
You need a witness, so there you go.
I'm ordained.
Are you? Of course
I've
you
done
are.
I've done like 3 weddings. 3 weddings, yeah.
Are you going to do your own?
I don't know if they let you do that.
Dana, take whoever this chick is?
Are you sure, Dana?
Good for you, Smash. You know, of course, we do have our doubts.
It's natural.
You tried this before, and it was a catastrophe. It was laughable, really. We laughed, didn't we, Josh?
Well, I don't know if laugh is the right way to put it, but we predicted it, certainly. You were too young.
I was 22.
And this time around, I have a better feeling. Truthfully, I'm not just saying that, because I totally agreed with Nick, and we told you many, many times, are you sure you don't want to have a little bit of a longer engagement? You're pretty young. I feel differently this time.
Yeah, I should have listened to you guys. I should always listen to you guys. I don't think there's been a time where you haven't been right about a big life decision I've made.
We're good. We're just that damn good.
I mean, I did ask you to go in on some Haktua coin with me. And
Again with the Haktua coin.
I lost everything. It's on my mind.
Yeah, what a hell of a deal. Ashley is engaged again to her man, Jeremy. I remember the first thing I said, and I don't know if it was to you, Josh, or someone else, the first time we met this cat, this young buck, Jeremy. And I say Jeremy because that's how Ashley pronounces his name. I was raised to say Jeremy. Are you aware of the fact that you call him Jeremy?
No.
Okay.
I also was raised to say Jeremy.
Yeah, my wife and I play that game back and forth. She'll say, something like, "Did you see Ashley this weekend?" And I'll say, "Yeah." And she'll say, "Was Jeremy there?"
Tell everyone.
Say, no, Jeremy. Yes, Josh?
Tell everyone how I used to pronounce our former female program director's name.
Douchebag?
No, the lady one.
Our former female
The blonde.
program director?
From The Edge. I don't want to ruin
We had a female program director?
I'm sorry, promotions director.
Okay, I remember who you're talking about.
But you remember, you used to give me crap how I pronounced it. So much crap that I've changed the way I pronounce it.
You called her Wendy.
Yeah, I called her Wendy instead of Wendy.
Right.
And so now I say Wendy.
Right.
But it was weird. I wouldn't say I'm going to go get a Frosty at Wendy's. I would say Wendy's.
I was just going to ask you that.
But for whatever reason, with a woman's name, Wendy, I would say Wendy.
Everybody, yeah. And you know what else?
I never noticed.
While we're on this topic, and I don't mean to completely sidetrack us, but hearing you read your news report every weekday for the last 27, 8, 9 years, nobody says the last name Williams with more accuracy than Josh.
Oh, really?
I have always, and I think most of us say Williams, don't we?
Yes.
Say it. Say naturally say Williams, Dana.
Williams.
Okay. Josh has always said Williams.
Have I really?
Yes.
Oh.
All right. Like I said.
I didn't know I was so fancy.
I don't mean to sidetrack us. But the first thought that I had when I met this Jeremy character, you and the two of you showed up somewheres, and then we met, and then you left. I said out loud, This kid has no idea what he's getting himself into.
Because he seems so mild-mannered.
Oh, it's so innocent and straight-laced and almost nerdy. And now here we are. I don't know, how long you guys been dating?
2.5 years.
The first thing I said was, this kid has no idea what he's getting himself into.
He really had no idea.
Did
Ashley,
he? Was I correct on those on that line?
I'd say so. I right away, he probably was a little scared because...
Like, what the hell's wrong with this one, he said.
The first night we ever hung out, I went over to his house. I drove like an hour, because at the time I lived in Wisconsin, drove an hour or something to his house in Otsego at 11 p.m. at night.
Oh, that's a booty call.
Yeah, that's a booty
That's
call.
not a hangout, Ashley.
Yeah.
There's a different name for that.
Have the two of you ever been to Williams Arena
No, we have.
to watch any...
So, Ashley, can you do me one favor, since Jeremy decided not to?
Jeremy.
He decided not to ask our permission to take your hand in
He's
marriage.
still a little butthurt about this.
Well, again, I just realized it. When did we start? About 10 minutes ago, I realized I'm furious. Can you get married like 2 days before Dana does? Can you steal his thunder?
Oh, yeah, we didn't even ask when this is going to happen.
You know what's funny is Jeremy, his mom, yesterday said that on Valentine's Day they're doing free weddings at the courthouse.
You know,
heck
at many local courthouses. Yeah, so you can get a free one.
Wait a minute. So have you talked about when?
No, we haven't.
What would you prefer, sooner or later?
Sooner.
Okay. Josh, what an awesome idea. Dana, you got a girlfriend, right?
Yeah, I do.
And you're getting...
And a fiance.
And a fiance, yeah.
You're getting married when?
March 29th.
Ashley, every young couple needs a nest egg to start off with. I will give you and your new fiance $2,000 if you get married the day before Dana.
All right. Ashley, I've got kids. I can't give you 2,000. I'll give you 1,000.
Oh my God.
So we all get so hungover and tired, we are absolutely worthless at Dana's wedding.
I'm still wearing white. So.
If we even get invited to Dana's wedding, I don't think we're going to. But if you do it the day before, I'll give you $5,000 if you do it same day.
I got to stay with
an
1,000
In the parking lot of my wedding.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you 2,500. I'll give you half that. But if I can make payments on the last 1,500.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll give you a monthly payment or
With
something.
interest, of course.
I'll be dead before I
All right,
wrap
so
that up.
$7,500 to ruin Dana's wedding.
Dude, this is the most exciting conversation we've had on the air all day. That would be so cold-blooded and awesome.
That would be even better because Dana and Jeremy have like this fake little, I don't know, sometimes I think it's real. They have
Depends
like
on the day.
this vendetta love-hate relationship with each other. So he would love to do that to you, Dana.
I don't know how in the hell you can dislike Jeremy in any way.
It's more playful than anything, but we do send each other pretty violent death threats occasionally.
Ashley, I am dead. I will send you $500 right now if you really think about this.
Well, I don't want to steal your guys' thunder, but it wouldn't really steal my thunder. I think if anybody would feel bad about it, it'd be my fiance.
Oh, that's good enough for us.
Oh, I don't want that to happen.
Oh, I love her.
Oh, no,
You can't do that to us. Yeah, she's the best. She's going to leave you soon.
As
No,
long as
I know. Yeah, so trust me. I don't want her upset. I don't want her to start the wedding day upset.
As long as we upset one of the two of you, I'm happy with that. Yeah.
All right, how about this? Ashley, you get $2,500. I'll give your fiance $500, Dana. So she'll get a little something.
Okay, yeah. So she can get herself something
And
nice.
she can't spend anything on you.
Oh, she wouldn't do that anyway.
Yeah, the same day would be just lethal.
And
The day before would still be okay. Again, assuming we attend both events. If Ashley and Jeremy got married the day before, would also be quite impactful because I'd spend the entire time at Dana and his fiance's wedding saying, well, you know what, Ashley's, we had pizza. You know what, Ashley, the beer was free.
Yeah.
You know what, Ashley's, the band was better. You know what, Ashley's, they let us stay later. You know what, Ashley's, there were better looking bridesmaids. You know what, Ashley's, there was, I would just be, until they punch my lights out.
now, this is great. The Brother and Sisterhood is offering to chip in some money. So I say we use the money from the Brother and Sisterhood to pay guests at Dana's wedding not to go.
This could be the biggest gong show gangbang in the history of marital bliss. There's so much money on the table right now for you to. All you got to do, Ashley, is be a dick, and you stand to make a lot of money.
I love being a dick.
I do too. I really enjoy it too.
So petty. I'll talk to the. Oh, that feels weird saying that. I'll talk to the fiance and I'll get back to you guys.
Oh, that works.
I can't wait to go home and tell my wife, listen, this is going to be worth it, so before you get too mad, I have to wait another year to retire out of a spite payment I'm making to Ashley.
Right.
She'd be game for that.
This is going to be so cool. Oh, man. Well, what a hell of a deal. All right, real quick. Like I said, we have our doubts because you tried this before and it was a comedy show.
Has Jeremy been married before?
No.
He hasn't. Okay. Engaged or anything?
No, he did have a really long relationship before me, though.
Oh,
like
I bet
8
you
years
hate
or
that
so.
chick, don't you?
What's she up to now?
I don't know.
I bet she's a nice gal.
Let's welcome her into the studio. Coming in right now.
Depends who you ask.
Did it overlap, this relationship between her and you?
No.
Did not.
That would be crazy.
All right. When it comes to amour, as Jimmy Walker used to always say on Good Times in his character role of J.J. Evans, when it comes to amour, nothing is more studied than divorce. Researchers have found a lot of indications to help you figure out the likelihood of divorce. You want to roll through these real quick, Smashley?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, yeah, Dana, you got to say two on some
Oh,
of
yeah, I
these.
keep forgetting.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I'll jump in there too. My anniversary is this coming Monday. So maybe there's some signs here that we're not going to make it.
Oh, for Christ's sake, the two of you are going to be fine.
Oh, I don't
You guys
know.
are lifers.
Yeah.
We've only been together a little over 20 years. It could end at any time.
It's obnoxious, is what it is. How perfectly matched you and your wife are. She worships the ground you walk on. The kids are disrespectful,
That's for sure, yeah.
but your relationship...
Especially the youngest. He's a dick. I don't even know why we chose to have him.
So funny.
My godson?
Yes.
You and your wife are going to be fine, but here we go anyway. So if you spend over $20,000 on your wedding, you're more likely to divorce. You're not going to have... Well, wait a minute. We just raised about $10,000. We just raised about $10,000 in 5 minutes. Maybe your wedding will be worth more than $20,000. If you spend over $20,000 on your wedding, you're more likely to divorce.
Everyone here safe?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. My first marriage,
Well, that was out of control, right? From what you said.
I couldn't even tell you what it cost. Number one, because her dad covered everything. She came from money. And I'm talking wah-wah-wee-wah, go F yourself type of money. Big money.
Were there hobnobbing with celebrities, owning a whole bunch of pretty big businesses?
It was glorious.
Private planes.
It was unbelievable. I never should have walked away from that.
Yeah, but she was also super hot, funny, and cool. So you dodged a bullet.
Didn't I? Didn't I? I couldn't even tell you what the damn thing cost, but I bet it was enough to choke you out.
Truthfully, though,
We got divorced, so there you go. We fell under this canopy here.
you struck gold with your current wife, my text buddy.
Who are you talking to?
You.
I struck gold with my current wife.
Yeah. Nothing against your ex-wife, but this was the one.
Yeah, oh boy, did I.
This is the way.
Did I ever
This is
strike
the way.
gold? Some of this stuff is silly. If your spouse has an online affair, you're more likely to divorce.
I would think so.
No
If they're
way.
on Ashley Madison.
Maybe you had to be there, but one of the funniest jokes I ever heard. One of my bros got married. The gal that he married, the only reason she came to Minnesota, she was from a faraway place. Well, I mean, she was an American citizen. But she came from the South, right? She moved up here to Minnesota because of an online relationship, okay? She had this online relationship with a guy. She moved to Minnesota to be with this online lover. That relationship fails. She meets my buddy, and they get married. And I got to see if I can piece this all together. Right. So we're sitting around drinking and talking about this buddy who was marrying this woman who moved here straight up because of an online relationship. And we said, you guys, do you think it's going to last? Do you think they're going to make it? And one of us said, long as he doesn't buy her a computer. In the end, they did get divorced. So, okay.
Did you know, well, I don't know if you remember her, but there was an intern that worked here, and she became one of my better friends, and we're still very close. She moved to, and one of the smartest people I've ever met, except for this. She moved to Germany to be with a guy she knew maybe 3 months before that. So she's calling me going, okay, I've made a terrible mistake. I left the job I loved because she ended up going on to being kind of like an executive here. I left a job I love, and I don't speak the language here, so I can't talk to anybody. So all I've got really is him, and things aren't working out.
That
Smart person other than when it comes to relationships.
Yeah. Now, she's happily married now, but at the time...
How long did she last in Germany with
it wasn't long.
Knowing one person?
I think just as long as she knew him beforehand, maybe 3 months there. Maybe not even 3 months.
Du hast.
Yeah, add some what? Bibble. You got to add some bibble.
Oh, du hast, add bibble. Oh, if you make under... If you make under $25,000 per year, you're more likely to divorce. That's the first chink in the armor there. Because Ashley doesn't make dick around here.
Well, she just made $7,500 in a couple of seconds.
Well, that's true.
I do make more than that.
You want to know what will keep the two of you together? According to research on the topic of divorce, if you worship regularly,
you're more likely to stay together.
Oh.
Let us
proclaim
the statistics of divorce.
Ashley.
Do you worship together?
Nope.
No,
nope.
I don't.
Can't say we.
I don't get involved in that either.
I worship dead ass when it comes to my relationship.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
If you or your spouse value money or looks the most, you're more likely to divorce. So if you're a materialistic or...
Well, Ashley, we know you don't value looks, obviously.
Obviously. Mm-hmm. And
Money,
we live in Coon Rapids, so,
God.
I mean... I
forgot about that. I forgot about that. Whoa, here's the next on the list. If you live in Coon Rapids, you're more likely to divorce.
That's crazy that's on this list.
And make a spectacle of it for the entire neighborhood if you live in Coon Rapids.
Ashley, if you take this money, you could be the richest couple in Coon Rapids.
That's true, Waffle.
Is that $7,500?
Yeah.
If one of you smokes, you're more likely to divorce.
Oh, look at that. That's not a problem anymore.
You just quit
you
smoking.
gave that up.
Yeah.
And vaping, right? You're done with vaping?
Yeah, I've been trying those like stupid nicotine-free ones to make it easier. They don't hit the same.
You'll likely start smoking again.
They don't hit the same.
Nah.
If you get a college degree, you're more likely to divorce.
Oh, you got one of those.
Oh, shoot. So does he.
That
I wonder
sucks.
why is that?
That doesn't
Because you're
seem to make
smarter.
sense.
Payments.
That sucks. Both of you have a college degree. That doesn't say good things about
I think that would fall
your
under
future
finances again, just because of loan payments and stuff like that.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
Oh, well, they're safe then.
If one or both of yous have a commute longer than 45 minutes, you're more likely to divorce. You know, you just sit in the car all day and think about how much you hate your spouse, and then you get home.
Oh, my gosh. That's why my last marriage didn't last. When I lived in Wisconsin, it was like an hour-something drive here, and same for him when he went to work.
So you had a lot of time to think, what am I doing with this person?
A lot of time to listen to breakup songs.
That was one of the dopiest decisions you've ever made in your life.
So stupid.
When
You
you
moved
said
for
you were-
a guy, right? I mean, you moved for him.
Yeah, that's another thing you guys were right about.
Well, yeah.
Don't move to Wisconsin, and I did it. And
You don't have to be brilliant to realize that you shouldn't be driving an hour and a half to work, 3 hours total there and back, I mean, that's not good for anyone's mental health or any relationship or anything.
Or your car.
Yeah.
Gas.
When your car was held together with like zip ties, basically.
Yeah.
And a ratchet strap.
Oh, yeah.
What the heck was I doing?
If you have kids, you're more likely to stay together.
I know a lot of people doing that.
And it's not always the best reason to stay together, but the statistics show if you have kids, you're more likely to stay together. I don't understand this. If you invite more people to your wedding, I think that what they're saying here is if you have a big wedding, you're more likely to stay together. Whatever. If this is your second marriage, you got no shot. It basically says right here, you've got no... 3 out of 4 end in divorce when you're on your second marriage.
I looked at the statistics yesterday, actually, because I was looking up things about your second marriage for show prep.
Imagine dude looking over your shoulder and reading that, seeing that you're researching that minutes after he proposed to you. So you're looking it up. What'd it say?
I actually told him straight up, I was like, because 50, they say with your first marriage, 50%, but with your second marriage, like 60% of those ended divorce.
I didn't know that.
That's 110%.
If it makes you feel any better, I mean, my wife was divorced when the two of us got married. So, I mean, she beat the odds.
I forget that, yeah.
She wasn't even legally divorced yet when you married her.
No, she's still technically not.
Right.
We like to use the word divorce when it comes to that.
And, of course, if you're younger, you have a bigger chance of splitting up if you are married between the ages of 18 to 25. So that covers your first go-around.
Yep. Wow.
So there you go. It's a big, stinking thing. Ashley's engaged again.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Thank you, guys.
As much as we
Appreciate
bust
it.
his balls, I really do like Jeremy a lot. He's great, and you guys are wonderful together.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
You know what? We're not
Dana.
buying it, Dana.
You don't got to lay it on like that.
Nah. He's trying to dig himself out of a hole.
What hole?
Yeah, the hole that you're in.
You know what hole you're in.
It's a game I like to play sometimes.
What hole am I in?
We have another announcement to make around 9 a.m. now. So stick around for that.
Oh, who got engaged this time?
Yeah, it's nothing personal. It's just a concert announcement, but some of you might touch yourselves. We'll dump that on you at 9 o'clock in the godforsaken a.m.
Do you think I could give a hint, or would they be mad at me if I did that?
I couldn't possibly care less if you gave a hint.
If you're all right with it, that's all. I'll just say the artist who will be announced today is celebrating a birthday on this very day. There's a hint for you.
Ooh.
That's a cool little hint, Ski. Randy Shaver, Brad Ryder, Andrew DePaola will all join us at 7:30. Yeah, DePaola, he's not busy.
Nah, he's got some free time, doesn't he?
Until he has to go to the Pro Bowl.
Ashley, my mom just texted. She's listening, and she said congratulations.
That is so cute and meaningful. Thank you, Josh's mom.
Anything anyone else would like to say about my mother? 651-989-9393 is the number to text.
Oh, wow. All right, let's get going for real, Skis. You're a hell of a crowd. I'm sure you're seeing on our text message, Ashley, that quite a few people are texting in to congratulate you.
Yeah, thank you very much, you guys. I appreciate it.
Others are saying hurtful things. They are.
There's always a few.
That's the beauty of the wide open world of a text machine. I'll tell you what. We're ready to roll. We'll take a break. Come back in a few minutes here on the program.
There's a douchiness to them. The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Dana here for Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. We all know January is one of the coldest months of the year, and not that cheery, fun kind of Christmas cold. Nah, just the dark, dank January cold. Standard Heating and Air Conditioning is well aware of this, and that's why they're offering $40 off a furnace tune-up to keep you warm during the Minnesota cold. The last thing you want is to be huddled around an iffy space heater you bought from some shady targeted ad. Oh, and how about this? Standard Heating and Air Conditioning has now been helping Minnesotans for over 95 years. So book your appointment now at standardheating.com. That's standardheating.com.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen here. Join me and my compadre, Chris Brockman, every Monday on the Overreaction Monday podcast.
You're also saying the record's going to go down.
I'm saying the record's going down anyway. The guy.
I don't think you're off on this at all. Like, you're spot on here. I don't think this is an overreaction because we have no idea what we're reacting to.
Come react or overreact with us.
Overreaction Monday. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
It's game over.
Over, man.
Stupid news on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
All right, for starters, let's give folks a heads up on something fun. Cool story. Even better video. This here deal, this story plus video is the type I think that'll pick up your spirits. Maybe you're feeling down. You're miserable. Your coworkers think you're a dick. Try this, see if it helps. And also, I don't know how you could be in a bad mood when we've announced that Ashley's engaged again. It's a celebration, Josh.
Yeah, it's a celebration. I'm very excited about it. As you know, Ashley, I can't wait to walk you down the aisle.
Yeah, you know what? My dad did already do it once, so I doubt he wants to do it again.
Yeah, he doesn't want to run it back.
He probably...
I mean, if it's a short aisle, I get tired quite easily nowadays.
Yeah, your dad probably thinks that's a tired bit at this point, so maybe he'll give the job to Cubby. If you're feeling kind of down, see if this story helps. And if the story doesn't, I guess try Wonder Joints. The story and video, smooth out of Indonesia, is about a gal who somehow got her nose ring caught in an office chair. And the local fire department had to rescue her silly ass. They did. Young gal just trying to have some laughs at work. Word is she had a new piercing in her schnoz. Did you ever have a nose piercing, anybody?
No. I have one right now.
You do? Is there something in there?
Can barely see it.
It's
now I see it.
It's a little diamond.
Yeah. Well, for Christ's sake, I don't think I ever noticed that.
Most people don't, actually. Yeah. Which is kind of what I wanted.
Okay. Well, then you got it done.
How long have you had that?
Oh, since I was 20, maybe.
So
oh my God.
Is Ashley
we never noticed.
Is Ashley the first person ever who got a piercing so no one would notice?
Yeah, I think she might be.
I just like a little sparkle.
Yeah, because I said I didn't notice. He said that's what you were going for.
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't want one of those big hoops because of stuff like this.
Yes.
I've got one, but you need to take off my bikini briefs to see it.
I'll be damned.
Can we go ahead and do that?
Gal had a new piercing in her schnozwalla box.
Yes.
She was playing around with it at work. She's got an office job, don't you know? But things went sideways. I don't know why she was doing this, but she was sticking her nose ring, which is, of course, connected to her nose, through an office chair's mesh frame. When, F me running, it got stuck.
Happy birthday.
And it was also her birthday?
Yeah, someone's birthday.
Oh, someone's birthday.
That's great.
But you can hear her screaming from the pain. In the end, she had to call and get help from the neighborhood fire brigade. That's what they call it over there in Indonesia, the fire brigade.
Yeah, there's places that call it that.
Of course, when Def Leppard released their first record in 1980, a record called On Through the Night, they told us to watch out for who, Josh?
The Rock Brigade.
The Rock Brigade. But that has nothing to do with the story and did very little other than sidetrack whatever momentum that we had a few seconds ago, so I apologize. Yes, Ashley, you were saying?
This video is up on 93x.com, too.
Music has been taken out of this portion of the Half-Assed Morning Show podcast for licensing reasons.
Dig it. Rock Brigade. Rock Brigade.
I know we're not supposed to play music on a radio station or allowed to anymore, but I'm starting not to care. I mean, when you mention like Rock Brigade and stuff like that, we got to play it.
I dig that approach, Josh. I've never cared.
I did for a while. Just to save other people some
Let us worry about it when the show is over.
All right.
I dig that. I dig that outlaw Cubby mentality that you're developing.
Oh, I'm a bad boy. I'm a bad boy.
Like
Spank me, Dana.
You read my mind.
Like that song from Whitesnake's first album, Bad Boy.
Oh, I love that song.
By the way, I think it's worth noting, because some of you in our listening audience maybe have never heard what Rick Allen sounded like drumming with 2 arms.
That's possible.
And I'm not trying to make light. I'm not one of those, what's the joke again? What has 7 arms and sucks? I'm not one of those guys.
Hey, will you do me a favor and remind me when we met David Coverdale of Whitesnake, lead singer? Can you remind me what I said to him when I had an opportunity?
Yeah.
And then I'll remind you what you said.
I remember very vividly what you said to David Coverdale when the two of us met him here in studio.
What did I say?
Well, I remember what he said first. He said, "Hello, I'm David Coverdale." And Josh said, and
thank goodness you were there, because you saved the situation.
What did I say? I don't remember.
You said,
right. Okay, like we do 9 times out of 10 whenever we get on these 80s rock tirades. We have now completely brought this nose ring story to a halt. But I don't care, because now that we brought up Whitesnake, I'm going to tell my story from watching them in concert in 1987. It was glorious. They were opening up for Motley Crue at Met Center. Motley Crue had the #1 record in America at the time. Whitesnake had the #2 record in America at the time. There couldn't have been a bigger concert on planet Earth on that date. And Whitesnake was so good. They were probably better than Motley Crue. And some of you who are older are saying, well, that wasn't that tough to do. But, Whitesnake was just terrific. And when David Coverdale introduced the band, he said, "On the drums with the large penis, Tommy Aldridge." On bass guitar with a large penis, Rudy Sarzo. On lead guitar with a large penis, this I give you, Adrian Vandenberg. And on guitar, Vivian Campbell.
Vivian Campbell, he gets kicked around.
Poor Viv.
And I've mentioned this many, many times. Underutilized in Def Leppard, Vivian Campbell. He's created some of the greatest riffs. He's such a talented guitar player.
I laughed so hard at that joke, I have no idea what the next song was. That was so good. Okay. Gal is at work in Indonesia. She's got an office job. She's got a nose ring. She's horsing around at work. She gets the nose ring stuck in an office chair. And the fire brigade has to get involved. She was sitting. Well, you can see there's a video going around. You can see the gal looking like a jackass with her face caught in the back of her stupid chair. She was sitting backwards in the chair like Arthur Fonzarelli used to do on Happy Days. Her coworkers tried to help. I don't know how this was supposed to help. They were kind of pushing her around the room and yanking on her head.
No. What?
Because the office chair has wheels on the bottom, so they're kind of, I think they were just messing with her and trying to inflict more pain.
Ouch, that would hurt so bad.
Despite that solid plan, it didn't work. They couldn't, so they dumped her ass into the back of a minivan. She's still in the chair. They drove her over to the local fire station. Her coworkers were on and off, laughing their nuts off at the situation. Who can blame them? The fire department, once they got her to the fire department, they cut her loose within about 10 minutes with the pliers. Now, the really fun part of the video that goes along with the story. The boys from the fire department were teasing the gal. There she is, still in the chair, face stuck to the back of the chair because of her nose ring. They were teasing the gal by one, they were coming around the corner with the heavy gear in hand. They were threatening to use a chainsaw. They were threatening to use an axe. They got the, I think it was the Jaws of Life at one point they got out. A saw that looked like it could cut a hole in a brick wall. That was a lot of fun. And then the icing on the cake in this video. Then one of the firemen danced. He did, and he was a very good dancer.
I agree.
He was.
Eventually, this nightmare came to an end. The gal was very thankful to be cut loose. Everyone went home a winner.
They all just had such a good time.
Yeah, the fire brigade. Oh, they were having a blast.
That would be a highlight, I think, of anybody's day except hers, perhaps. She kind of seemed like she was laughing but covering up some severe embarrassment and pain.
She got out of work for a little bit.
That's the price you pay?
You always see the bright side.
The one fireman dancing to celebrate freeing this woman from the chair, he's just maybe the coolest individual I've seen in the last couple of days. All right. Another story plus video kind of a thing here for you. The motivation behind this crime is beyond me. But I'm going to go ahead anyway. Somewheres in England, it says here, highly organized thieves snatched 13 portable toilets. Again, it was a highly organized, well, that's what they call it at least. It was an overnight raid in order to steal portable crappers. Check out this video if you like. Is that up on our website, Ashley?
Yep.
I mean, those porta-johns are worth a few bucks, but so are plenty of other things that would have been a hell of a lot less work to steal. So a couple of derelicts busted through the gates of a portable crapper company's storage yard. They backed the truck on in. They started dollying up crappers and rolling them onto the truck one by one. The folks who run the company don't understand what the F just hit them. Andy Lou's is the name of the company. And yes, that is stupid. But they've been in business for over 30 years. Some effing character from Andy Lou's said, why would someone target a portable toilet company when surely there's more valuable things to be taken? I wish we could answer that for you, dude, from Andy Lou's.
Maybe they got a massive party planned.
Well, see, here's the deal. The last time we discussed a portable toilet theft, because this has happened before. The last time, the reasoning behind it was exactly that. Some dickheads were having a big party and wanted some place for folks to cut a deuce. And so they snatched up. That was the last time around. I don't know the...
That's got to be the case here, right?
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
I mean, they're not going to be... Is there a black market for these things? Or they're starting their own company, maybe? They just... Nothing else make... Or it was just to be funny in their minds.
Well, here's a possibility, Josh. The folks at Andy Lou's suspect it was someone very familiar with the portable toilet industry. The way these guys worked, there was something about the way these guys operated that leads them to believe that they had knowledge of the business. So maybe a rival company.
Well, didn't the owner say they called it a toilet trolley? Like they brought their own equipment to the same thing they used to transfer these around. They brought one of those with them.
It looked like a flatbed truck almost.
Yeah.
See, I misunderstood that statement, Josh. You're correct. He said something like that, but I thought that was just a dopey English word for a dolly or a flatbed truck.
This is a pro job.
They lost some big dollars because of these jagoffs. And there is a reward for anyone who can find them, dead or alive. You're coming with me, they said.
Yeah, because if you were just using them for a party, how would you clean it? How would you suck everything out?
Why would you bother cleaning it or sucking anything out? You just leave it in the. You leave it. I'm picturing a bunch of folks that have a big piece of property or something, right?
Yeah.
And they just want to have a big party and have some crappers there. Once everyone's done urinating and defecating in those crappers, why am I cleaning them out? Put them back on the truck, throw them in the woods. You ain't going to clean them out.
I made a mistake. Old Smoky Jesus, you're right. I said maybe I can't imagine there's a black market for those. He said there's not. There's a brown market.
Bastard. I don't know what the hell they were doing, and here's the good news. I don't care. Just don't care.
Imagine doing it for the sport of it.
For the hell of it.
Not the smell of it. Not in this case.
No.
I mean, I suppose... What do they say? Rule 34, if it exists, somebody's masturbating to it.
Right.
Oh.
It sounds like we got a real keeper here. What's going on over there?
Just, like an image popped in my head of like porta potty porn.
No.
Yeah, it's out there.
It'll pop up.
We got a real keeper here. Little something from the state of California. They've been through enough. They don't need this aggravation.
They've had a rough go of it, haven't they?
29-year-old woman with a long track record of being arrested for stealing. Well, she was caught again. She was found with more stolen property this week. And I love this. Absolutely love this. In order to try and get out of a sticky situation, when the cops found her with more stolen property, she told the cops, "Oh, no, I'm not that 29-year-old woman who you've arrested many times for theft. I'm a 12-year-old girl."
Trying to pull the Jedi mind trick on him.
We didn't notice. Sorry, kid.
You're a 12-year-old girl.
Such a huge gap, too.
The gal who is not a 12-year-old. She goes by the very interesting name of Coronisha Brooks. So now she's looking at a felony charge of organized retail theft, but also a charge of impersonating a child.
That's a charge?
I think they just made that up because they were mad at her.
This is just... You can't make this stuff up. According to the county sheriff in a place called Sonoma County over there in California, cops stopped a motor vehicle because of a broken headlight and expired registration. Josh has always said, if you are going to have a carload of stolen goods, make sure that the headlight is broken and your registration is ass. You've always said that.
Of course.
And top it off by driving around with deployed airbags.
Police also recognized the vehicle. So they noticed a broken headlight. They noticed that the registration is expired. They also recognized the vehicle because she's used this for prior capers. Inside the vehicle, they found beauty products and hooch. About $2,800 worth of stolen this and that. Coronisha gave the cops a fake name and said she was born in the year of 2012, which would make her 12 effing years old. Hilarious. Cops somehow questioned that information. They knew it was flipping Coronisha. From what the story tells me, all Coronisha does with her time is steal things. She's suspected of stealing from Target stores at least, I'll get there, stealing from Target stores in at least 30 different cities.
Whoa.
No wonder that headlight is broken. She just keeps driving from town to town to town. Once she was arrested after allegedly stealing more than $4,000 worth of baby formula.
Wow.
No, that is a big theft item, truthfully.
It is.
When I was on the force, and I towed that thin red and khaki line as an asset protection officer at Target, we used to have to watch that.
Because it's so expensive?
Yeah, and people would steal just an S-ton of it, right?
Okay. I was unaware. This lady, though, it's just time. She gets locked up and stays there. Like I've said before, she had her chance to be a functioning member of society. She's obviously not able to handle that, so goodbye. Like Diego said to George in the legendary movie Blow, goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.
Have not seen that.
Goodbye.
Johnny Depp, the star of that movie?
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
See ya.
That's really how Diego played it out.
He kept going?
Yes, yeah. You got to see the movie. You've never seen Blow?
I can't believe that.
Oh, dude.
Well, believe it.
No,
I don't want to.
George, I would never steal from you. We are brothers, is what Diego said.
What is that, Johnny Depp that played Diego?
No.
Oh.
Johnny Depp plays George.
George.
Yeah. You'd love that movie, Josh. You'd love it.
Ray Liotta's in it, too.
Terrific.
Is it scary?
It's very scary.
Lots of monsters.
Yes. At one point, George and Diego are lost in the woods. They're filming an amateur video about this witch, and they can't find their way out of the woods. They end up in the basement of some house. George is standing in the corner. The movie ends. It's horrifying.
I've seen that. It is
just
rated
the
R.
description terrifies me. I'm so scared right now. Why would you do that to me? I'm terrified.
And it's supposedly a true story, Josh.
I've heard that.
No, I would never steal from you, George.
Oh, my God.
We are brothers. This is cute, right? And it's quicker than a hiccup. The only negative? England. A driving instructor is out on the road with a kid. You see how that works?
Yep.
Teaching him how to drive and whatnot. The kid behind the wheel talks the instructor into letting him or her pull over so the kid can run into a store and buy a pop or something. And they got a ticket for an illegal park job. The driving instructor and the student driver, cops on patrol.
That would be pretty embarrassing.
Yeah. They noticed the vehicle was a student driving vehicle, student driver vehicle, however I should say that. They noticed it was parked illegally. So they ticketed the bastards. In a social media post, the cops said both were dealt with for obstruction of a driving lane. And the cops finished off their statement by saying, that's certainly a lesson learnt.
They did learnt a lesson.
Is learnt a word? L-E-A-R-N-T. That's certainly a lesson learnt.
Yeah, maybe that's common over there. I don't know that that's a accepted word here.
Yes, cheesehead for life, Jesus. Everybody knows that Pee Wee Herman is in the movie Blow. His name is Paul Rubens, for Christ's sake. The man is dead.
Wow. Some respect. Apparently, Nick,
Yes?
I'm reading texts here that I've never seen the movie Blow. I'm familiar with it. I haven't seen it. And you were just trying to describe to me what it was about. People are saying you actually were describing the movie The Blair Witch Project.
The what?
The Blair Witch Project.
No.
The plot.
No.
They're searching for witches.
Let me reiterate the plot.
Okay.
It's Johnny Depp as a character named Schorsch. It's Diego, a gal with a runny nose, a long-haired dude, and a chubby dude. They go to the woods in Maryland looking for a witch. In the end, they end up in a house. What did I miss? How did I mistake?
Well, I haven't seen it. I'm not arguing. I'm just telling you the texts are coming in saying you're screwing up the movie plot.
No, the Blair Witch Project is a movie about a cocaine kingpin.
Right.
Yeah, and at the very end, he realizes he was dead the whole time.
Yes.
And then the guy in the helmet was his father.
Dude, you're giving all of it away. You've never even seen the movie. You've already written the whole story out.
Oh, I've heard so much about it.
Yeah. All right. I don't think I know anybody who failed their driver's license test. I've known a couple people who crashed their cars very shortly after getting a license. That's one of my favorite stories, a guy I went to school with. He lived out in the boonies, and he had to drive quite a ways, number one, to get to the driver's examination station or whatever they call it, and then, of course, quite a ways home. So his dad, I think, gave him a ride, long ride to the examination station. He passes his test, and then the kid drove home, and he fell asleep behind the wheel, and they crashed.
No. Dude.
Awesome.
I almost failed.
Well, I also almost. I know a lot of people who have had close calls, but I don't know anyone who failed their driver's license test.
The driver instructor, straight up told me at the end, he's like, and you passed by 1 point.
Didn't you have the same experience, Josh, where the guy said it wasn't pretty, but I'm going to give you this license?
That was my motorcycle endorsement.
Oh, motorcycle.
Yeah, I actually did pretty well on my driving test. But yeah, and it's like all these tough guys and me, and they kind of took me under their wing as their kid sister. And I was like 6 dudes on choppers, and they're all in leathers and looking cool. And when I did mine, that's what the dude said. And frustrated that he was mad he had to pass me, but I passed by 1 point. He did say that exact thing you mentioned. Well, wasn't pretty, but you passed.
It was your charm and personality that got you over the hump. So for some kids, it doesn't always work out on the first try. And for those kids, Uber has a cute idea. Uber just announced a new promotion specifically for teenage kids, where they're offering up to 6 free rides if you send them proof that you took a driver's test and failed. They say it's their way of, quote, covering kids' asses until they have a chance to retake the test. Some say it could also be a sneaky way of introducing the young people to what Uber does. So maybe, and this is a long shot, a teenage kid would say to themselves, hey, I don't need to drive. I'll just call Uber when I need to go Summers, which is silly. No teenage kid's ever going to choose paying for a ride over driving their own whip.
Yeah, I'm assuming cool. Like down the road, right, you have positive feelings about the company and you'll choose them once you decide you need a sober driver or whatever. I'm sure that plays into it.
There go my whip right there.
Oh, man, that was one of my favorite lines by one of the coolest people I've ever known. East Winstead Jesus is also disagreeing with your description of Blow. The movie Blow is actually about a guy who takes K through 12 schooling all over again to earn his father's respect and hotel business. Johnny Depp plays the dad.
So either way, I guess, this is a generous offer from Uber. 6 free rides by Dan. Each ride is worth up to $20. If you want to look into the fine print, go ahead. And there's some language in here that I don't understand. The offer is only available on brand new Uber Teen accounts. I don't know what that means.
There's Uber Teen?
That sounds sketchy.
Oh, it kind of sounds like Ovaltine.
I don't know what I even said right there. So what is a Uber Teen account?
Yeah, so I guess I kind of account for teenagers. Yeah. I had no idea.
Yeah, they make sure. I actually just saw this a couple days ago about how, like, if you lie about your age and you're actually under 18, you can get like your whole entire account banned. So if there's like special things you have to do if you're under 18 to be able to do it.
I think your parent also gets your location in the Uber car so they know you're safe.
Yeah, your parents probably got to set you up with the account.
One of my favorite driver's test stories that I ever heard came from one of my mother's best friends growing up. In 1958 or whatever, when this friend of my mother's took her driver's test, she used her older brother's car, and her older brother was a big drinker. And so my mother's friend is behind the wheel of the car. They're just driving through town. Back in those days, the way they told the story, my mother's friend got into her brother's car. The driving instructor guy got in the passenger seat, and they just kind of drove around town, small town, and the guy gave a thumbs up or a thumbs down. So at one point or another, the driving instructor said, okay, we're going to practice your reactions here. We're going to come to some quick stops and see how you react. And she said, okay. So they were driving. He said, okay, stop. And she hit the brakes real hard, and a big bottle of booze rolled out from under the driver's seat.
Oh, no.
That her brother had left there when he used his car prior.
Oh.
Made it look like she was drinking behind the wheel. She was not. But I like picturing that. Big bottle of rye or something rolls out from under the...
That is pretty funny.
That is great.
I bet at the time she didn't find it that funny.
No.
Should have offered him a shot.
Yeah, let's loosen up a little bit. What do you say?
Keep it quiet.
It's kind of cold in here. You want to warm up a little bit with a shot?
Teach me how to drive drunk, would you?
Sports on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Here's the pitch. Oh, if that's not Shaquille O'Neal and left, that baby's out of here.
These fans, I love them. When I came in, they didn't recognize me at first, but then when I told them who I was, next thing you know, they're buying me my favorite beer, light beer from Miller. Thanks. Hey, it's a pleasure to buy a beer for a great pitcher like Whitey Ford. So I lied.
Yeah, we're going to get into the passing of Mr. Baseball a little bit later on today's show when we get Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder up in here. What a run for Bob Uecker to make it to 90. I actually thought he might have been a couple years beyond 90 when I learned of his passing yesterday. Just a wonderful guy, hilarious guy, one of a kind.
Naturally funny, didn't have to try.
Nope.
He just was funny no matter what.
People always said he was how did they say it? Because I read it a couple of times. He was always the funniest guy in the room. Didn't matter what room you were in. He was always the funniest guy in the room. And just an all-timer. I mean, baseball's going to miss him. He was such an ambassador and such a character And all of that rolled into one. Again, we'll get deeper into it with Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder. Let me cover what I got to cover here. First, we were talking about having trouble passing your driver's test when you were a kid. And a few people texted in and said, yeah, I had to take it twice. Yeah, I had to take it 3 times. You know, these things happen. Here's Tonka Tig Welding Jesus. He said, I failed my driving test twice. First test, the road was covered in snow, and I didn't see the proper direction on the road, and I went the wrong way down the road.
Bummer.
The second time, he said, the driving instructor was a woman, so she didn't know what she was talking about in the first place. You friggin' prick!
Did he really say that?
That you failed twice because you're a prick, that's why.
Are you making that up, or did he say that?
He said it! Tonka Tig Welding Jesus.
That doesn't sound like the Tonka Tig Welding Jesus that I know and love.
Do you know the guy?
Well, I know him via text.
Did you know he's a sexist bastard?
That's news to me.
Shake my head.
Dana, you're no longer the most sexist guy I know.
Hey, all right. I own one.
Still the sexiest.
Yeah, that's for sure.
You want to know a real kick in the ass? I'll tell you about a kick in the ass. I exhaust myself at times on this radio station supporting Golden Gopher men's basketball. It is one of my favorite things. I'm a die-hard fan. 2-3 days ago, Randy Shaver and I are screaming at each other on the, what do you call this, the microphone about Golden Gopher basketball. Last night at home, they beat a ranked opponent with an unbelievable buzzer-beating three-point shot in overtime, and I did not see a single solitary second of the game.
No.
Minnesota, no timeouts. Patterson bumped. We play on. It's Garcia. Lets it go for the win. Dawson Garcia. Bottom. Ball game. Gophers walk it off and beat Michigan in overtime.
I'm so happy for them.
You don't think they did that to you on purpose?
I don't think they did it on purpose.
When I got that notification on my phone that they won, my first thought was, suck it, Randy.
And Brad Ryder. A couple of days ago, Brad Ryder said, let me read their upcoming schedule. You tell me where you see a win.
Oh, yeah.
Wisconsin, this, that, Michigan. You tell me where you see a win. Suck it, Brad Ryder. And we'll have a chance to tell them to suck it to their faces in about a half hour. Well, no, really, I had things going on last night and just I wasn't able to get around to it. I'm so happy for them. Timberwolves at the New York Knicks tonight. Pigs are at Nashville tomorrow night. We got all kinds of things. Before we go, it seems that a lot of us have seen the Johnny Depp movie Blow from probably 20 years ago. But it also seems as if a lot of us are confused as to what the movie was about, what happens in the movie, certain scenes. There's a lot of confusion. I don't remember this at all, and I've seen the movie 2 or 3 times. One of our listeners said his favorite part in the movie Blow is the climax where all the ghosts come out of the chest and melt the Nazis' faces. I don't remember that scene at all.
Well, I haven't seen the movie, but I know I've seen that clip before.
That didn't look like Johnny Depp, who was tied to that pole with the lady, and they closed their eyes.
It looked like Han Solo a little bit to me.
All right, we got to go. We're running behind. Josh's news is coming up.
There's a douchiness to them. The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Dana here for Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. We all know January is one of the coldest months of the year, and not that cheery, fun kind of Christmas cold. Nah, just the dark, dank January cold. Standard Heating and Air Conditioning is well aware of this, and that's why they're offering $40 off a furnace tune-up to keep you warm during the Minnesota cold. The last thing you want is to be huddled around an iffy space heater you bought from some shady targeted ad. Oh, and how about this? Standard Heating and Air Conditioning has now been helping Minnesotans for over 95 years. So book your appointment now at standardheating.com. That's standardheating.com.
Actor Michael Rosenbaum, he knows some of the most talented people in the business, and now he's getting the inside story.
Let's get inside of Heather Graham. I can't look at like Boogie Nights and think that you were a nerd, Johnny Knoxville. You think you're going to do another Jackass movie? What do your kids want?
Dad's not going to do that. Yeah. You got to be careful how you choose your heroes.
Hear from some of the most fascinating people in pop culture today.
Danny Trejo. You're a legend. Do you know you're a legend?
You can't be a legend having this much fun.
The Inside of You podcast. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Half-Assed Morning Show. 93X.
I have only met 2 people in my life who I could say their mouths would open up and all of a sudden there would be uproarious laughter. One of the guys would be Don Rickles. The other is Bob Uecker.
My first manager ever in baseball, Bertie Tebbetts, while playing in a game over at County Stadium, after my first game, told me that I should think about becoming a broadcaster.
To make people laugh is a good thing.
Bob Uecker, affectionately known as Mr. Baseball and the iconic voice of the Milwaukee Brewers since 1971, passed away yesterday at the age of 90. 9 decades, not too bad. Uecker wasn't just a broadcaster, he was a beloved institution in baseball, known for his quick wit, humor, and unmistakable passion for the game. While Brewers fans cherished his colorful commentary, Uecker also won over national audiences with his portrayal of announcer Harry Doyle in the Major League movies, where his comedic brilliance really shone.
Vaughn, a juvenile delinquent in the offseason in his Major League debut.
Gonna light your ass up, meat.
Vaughn into the windup in his first offering. Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed. Ball 4. Ball 8. Low, and Vaughn has walked the bases loaded on 12 straight pitches.
In 2003, Uecker's enduring contributions to baseball were immortalized when he received the prestigious Ford C. Frick Award, presented annually by the baseball's National Hall of Fame to a broadcaster for major contributions to baseball.
It's been a great run, but number one has always been baseball for me. No matter what else I ever did, baseball was the only way I wanted to go. I thank you very much for your attention today. Thank you for having me, and congratulations to everybody here. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
A Milwaukee native, Uecker's connection to baseball started long before his time behind the microphone. He spent 6 seasons as a Major League catcher, including 2 with his hometown Milwaukee Braves, and earned a World Series ring with the St. Louis Cardinals in 1964.
He was a gem, Cubby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was something else.
A gem.
It's pretty cool. I saw some videos. I'm not sure where his statue is located in Milwaukee, but there was a lot of people dropping off like flowers and cans of beer and all that kind of stuff. It was really sweet to see.
Oh, cans of beer even?
Oh, my favorite was there was a guy walking up to the statue. He's one of the first guys there. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. You know, he's dropping a beer off. I realize he's carrying his kid with him, too. Come on, kid, get in the car. We're going down to drop a beer off at a statue.
Were the, like Miller for his
Miller Lights.
Commercials he did? Yeah. A naked 34-year-old was taken into custody this week after deputies struggled with him during a home invasion. Ooh, gross. Got to wrestle a naked guy.
Tough part of the gig right there.
On second thought. The situation began when dispatch got several 911 calls just before 8:30 p.m. Monday about a man acting odd and saying strange things at a business.
And he's naked.
Yeah, completely nude.
Right.
The first 911 calls reported the man had abandoned his vehicle and fled on foot. As 4 deputies searched the area, another 911 call came from a house on a nearby street.
I was enjoying the football game, and heard the back door open, the dog barked, and a naked man come around the corner and sat in the chair.
Oh. You know, I could tell the rest of the story, but there's no way to tell it better than Fox 2 Detroit reporter Charlie Langton.
Startled, to say the least, Jeremy yelled for his wife to call 911, but 911 had already been called.
The police are telling us that the naked man got naked there in the parking lot of the Meyer Distribution Center and then ran across this field here, barefoot too, in the snow, and then across this field to Jeremy's house all the way over there.
Well, how many Red Bulls did he have before they went live?
I don't know.
That guy was gassed up. I love that guy.
That's got to be his gimmick. Right?
Yeah, that's his thing.
Either that or it was his last day on the job.
I love him.
The suspect was taken to jail on charges including home invasion, assaulting police, resisting and obstructing, and indecent exposure. I mean, when you got a guy like that, you just turn it over to him.
Yeah.
Why would you read the story?
The naked guy's gross and everything, but now all we're going to talk about is that reporter. How is he not national? How is he not a bigger deal? How have we never heard of him?
Yeah, you'd think maybe there are plenty of viral videos and somehow we've missed it.
Yeah.
Charlie Langton. A bizarre crime out of Bucharest has left police scratching their heads and a hospital there looking for legs. A 34-year-old man was caught stealing 3 amputated legs. According to investigators, he claimed he scaled the hospital fence about 7 p.m. last Friday, supposedly on the hunt for plastic bottles so he could trade them in for cash. But surveillance cameras tell a much stranger story. The footage shows a man with his face covered, dressed in a jacket and sweatpants, sneaking into the hospital's medical waste area. Moments later, he emerged with a yellow bag along with the black one he'd already brought along. What was inside wasn't bottles or cans. It was severed human legs.
Is he making some lamps or something? Is he going?
They didn't say.
You think he's going to eat them?
Probably.
Oh.
Yeah.
Or maybe he was just 3 legs short for a chair, or maybe a bar stool. Police have opened a theft case and are working to track down the rogue limb-stealing man. And apparently, one of the limbs is still missing.
He sounds different.
From the video, we can see a man approaching the passage to the morgue near the infectious waste ramp. The area was unlocked, and he went in, stole several bags, and left the same way. The hospital manager explained that the hospital is actually in a little bit of trouble, wondering why they didn't have better security.
I'll tell you what, Cubby, I'm not afraid to go down the infectious waste ramp.
I am. I'm very scared.
It turns out a 54-year-old man must not have been making very much money as a drug counselor at a New York rehab facility because he had to get a second job selling crack cocaine. Investigators started keeping tabs on Alvin Lewis after receiving public tips, eventually identifying him as a narcotic and dangerous drug dealer operating about 80 miles north of New York City. Surveillance revealed Lewis worked the overnight shift at Arms Acres, an inpatient rehab clinic, while apparently running his illicit business on the side.
Not the side gig you'd expect.
No, not why. Maybe job security for him, I guess. Police say he sold crack to agents with the drug task force on several occasions. When authorities arrested the drug counselor Tuesday night, searches of his home and vehicles turned up crack cocaine and all packaged and ready to sell. Lewis is currently being held without bail and could be facing even more charges as the investigation continues.
That's so stingy. Like, I wonder, with his drug counseling, if he's like, well, yeah, if you really want to use again, I know a guy.
Yeah, he can hook you up.
I guess you don't judge a book by its cover, right?
Not at all.
Your drug rehab guy could be smoking crack rocks on the side.
Stoned rats in Houston are feasting on drugs seized and stored by police, putting hundreds of cases at risk thanks to the tiny, uninvited party crashers.
Really don't think that this is going to compromise any convictions, but it is important for defendants to know about.
Joshua Reese, general counsel for the Harris County District Attorney, revealed the furry culprits aren't picky eaters. They've chewed through packaging containing psychedelic mushrooms as well. Here's an animated John Whitmire, the mayor of Houston.
We got 400,000 pounds of marijuana in storage that the rats are the only ones enjoying it.
Was he drunk?
Yes.
That guy's awesome.
Sounded
too.
like it.
Let's get that guy and the reporter from Wisconsin together, or Detroit.
It's not just a Houston-specific problem either. Reese pointed out this is part of a larger nationwide rodent rave. Just last March, officials in New Orleans discovered some partying rats munching on marijuana in the evidence room. The rats are eating our weed. They're all high, Chief Anna Kirkpatrick testified. Back in Houston, the district attorney's office notified defense attorneys in over 3,600 open drug-related cases about the infestation. Fortunately, only one active case has been impacted so far, though the high rat situation leaves plenty of room for future legal drama.
I hear they're vaping, too.
Oh, that is the trend nowadays.
Whose nose is whistling into their microphone?
I heard that, too.
I think it might be Ashley's nose.
Your nose is whistling into the microphone,
really?
Ashley.
Yeah. What's your favorite song
you.
to whistle with your nose? Try and whistle a song.
Is it Patience? Is it, what was the Scorpion song? Is it Wind of Change?
It was I Got a Pocket Full of Sunshine.
That would be impressive. Wind of Change.
Follow them, oh squire.
I really liked that.
Down to Gorky Park, listening to the wind of change. That's my Klaus Meine imitation right there. I'm the only guy in town who has a Klaus Meine imitation.
A 41-year-old man was arrested after urinating on an escalator handrail at a Singapore transit station Friday at about 10 p.m. In a Saturday post on the Complaint Singapore Facebook group, a user shared a short video showing the man, dressed in a black T-shirt and gray pants, standing by the handrail, taking a leak. While one person reported the incident to a nearby passenger service counter, another discreetly kept an eye on the man. However, before they could confront him, he realized he was being watched and took off. Police confirmed a report had been filed and said the man was arrested for public nuisance due to the egregious nature of his actions.
Taking a squeege.
From handrails to airplanes, public urination is taking an unwanted tour, this time 30,000 feet above the ground, and with a side of Xanax. A 34-year-old United Airlines passenger's attempt to calm his nerves went disastrously wrong.
Jesus, don't I know how this operates?
Yeah, I thought of you immediately.
I know this story.
You kept your urine in.
No, I guess I did not urinate on anybody.
This guy was hit with a $10,000 fine. Zachary Greer, an American climate analyst, mixed Xanax with alcohol on a flight from Amsterdam to Newark. But instead of soothing his anxiety, it left him so intoxicated he peed on the seat and the aisle. The incident occurred 2 hours into United Flight 71, forcing the captain to dump $30,000 worth of fuel and divert to Dublin. Irish police found the man disoriented and unable to understand where he was. He later apologized in court, calling his behavior horrifying and embarrassing.
That could have been you, Nick.
Oh, absolutely. I was an absolute maniac when I don't know, I think I had a fistful of Xanax and then drank a bottle of vodka. Turned me into a little bit of a character.
Yeah, I've seen you drunk and disorderly. I've seen you drunk with a range of emotions, but I'd never seen you like that before. That was a one and only. Finding out your pilot was arrested for DUI moments before takeoff isn't any news any passenger wants to hear. Yet here's the story of a Southwest Airlines flight pilot. A TSA officer at Savannah Hilton Head International Airport in Georgia smelled booze on 52-year-old pilot David Alsop and informed law enforcement. Officer boarded the plane before its early morning flight to Chicago, removing him from the cockpit.
My husband just kind of looked over and he goes, "That's odd. There's a police officer on the plane."
And when they walked out with the pilot, my first comment to her was, "He's drunk." His face was red. He looked like he'd been out or tired or just hadn't slept.
We felt the plane moving away, and then it stopped, passenger Robert Newmark said. I saw a police officer enter the plane and came back with the pilot.
If I have to take my shoes off still before I get on a plane, it seems a little weird that I seem to kind of have to wonder if my pilot is sober.
Hey, if he could be drunk, I can leave my shoes on. Yeah. For the FAA, pilots aren't allowed to drink while flying.
What?
Okay, I guess they're sticklers. And they can't consume alcohol within 8 hours of a flight or have a BAC of 0.04 or higher.
We tend to think of alcohol and transportation as a driving situation. In other words, don't drive drunk. But by the same token, we think of it in above or below a certain tolerance level. There really is no tolerance level in commercial aviation. That should be 0 blood alcohol.
We're aware of the situation involving an employee this morning, the airline said in a statement, adding that Alsop had been removed from duty and passengers were rebooked on other flights.
I would like the choice as a passenger because I hate waiting on that tarmac for anything. How drunk is he?
Yeah. You willing to roll the dice on that one?
Yeah, like how much do you use autopilot? Is it really that big of a deal, guys?
Yeah, can't the co-pilot just take over?
Yeah.
Roger Murdoch. He's the co-pilot.
Now on the big screen, Wolfman. In
oh,
a
my
shadowy
God.
town veiled by mist and secrets, an ancient curse awakens. When a drifter returns home after a mysterious disappearance, a trail of brutal killings points to something monstrous lurking in the night. Also in theaters, September 5, a thriller set during the 1972 Munich Summer Olympics, focusing on an American sports broadcasting team which transitions to live coverage of a hostage crisis, providing a fresh perspective on the historic event. On the streaming side, Season 2 of Severance premieres today on Apple TV+. Yes. And the line between work and personal life blurs further in the hit show's sophomore season.
We got Napoleon Dynamite in studio over here.
I love that show.
Yes.
With Mark and his team uncovering more secrets about their severed lives, Season 2 promises heightened stakes, shocking revelations, and unsettling truths. Any Given Sunday co-stars Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz reunite in Back in Action, streaming on Netflix. The high-energy action comedy is about a former secret agent who reluctantly teams up with her reckless ex-partner to thwart a global arms deal. And finally,
my God, I bet that's terrible.
I kind of want to see that one.
That looks fun.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And finally on Max, the streaming premiere of A Different Man, starring Sebastian Stan as a guy with a genetic disorder of the nervous system who takes a miracle drug to start a new life. Then he becomes obsessed with an actor with the same condition hired to play him on stage. Hot Mom Slayer Jesus let us know he's got next week off, and he wants his coworkers to know they can suck it.
Here we go.
Happy 14th birthday tomorrow to Berlin from her mom, Sassmaster Jesus, and dad, Haulin' Your Wood Jesus and family. Happy birthday to Carpenter Bro Jesus, and that's 93X News.
The Minnesota Vikings interview.
That's more encroachment when you go that far. You go, what? That's more than encroachment.
Touchdown! Vikings win it! On the Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hello, Tribe fans. Welcome back to Major League Baseball. Sort of. Paid attendance today is 1,412. Some of them were driven away by that little 10-run first inning the Red Sox put up. Take over, Monty. I'm in the bag.
All right, I got to get it together here. We'll be talking more about the passing of Bob Uecker shortly. Rest easy, Mr. Baseball. We'll be getting around to that shortly. First off, though, let's visit with our pals. Randy Shaver, give us a word life, if you don't mind.
Good morning.
No, word life.
A word life.
Yes, he'd like one.
Brad Ryder, give us a 4 life.
4 life.
And Vikings long snapper Andrew DePaola, why don't you just give us a hell yeah?
Hell yeah.
Thanks for playing along, everybody. Thanks for playing along. What now, Andrew?
It's a great question. What
Disney.
now? What now? Actually, I've got the kids this morning, so that's what now. I'm in dad mode.
Yeah, Disney.
Oh, how quickly things change.
You got the kids this morning, huh? Tell them we said hello.
They say hi, trust me.
Hello, little children.
This is Uncle Nicky.
Man, those effing playoffs. Just when you had such a great season, the playoffs come around to remind you that it can all be gone in a flash, Andrew DePaola.
Man, it hurts. It does. Not going to lie. You know, it's tough. But that's playoff football right there. You know, you just, everything, goes up a notch. Yeah, tough.
Yeah, that sucks. People were pretty bummed out on Tuesday morning here in town. But before, you head out for good, what kind of souvenirs could you grab out of that locker room before you head out for good?
Yeah.
I don't. What are you guys thinking?
Oh, I'll tell you what I'm thinking. If we promised not to sell it on the internet, would you snatch one of Justin Jefferson's jocks?
Oh my God. Preferred.
Probably, yes. Yes.
Would you do that for us? I think that would
only used, not preferred.
Only used.
He would probably never know it. He would never know it was
so.
going.
All that stuff gets tossed like on Tuesday, Wednesday when guys come in to get their personal stuff.
Okay.
Do you get like a parting gift, like a gift bag of some sort at the end of the season?
Yeah, do you guys sign yearbooks like the last day of school?
Usually, if you want your helmet, you can buy your helmet, and then you'll go around and have guys sign your helmet.
Oh, really? You even have to buy it, huh?
Oh, yeah. We got to buy everything.
Boy, we have that problem around here, too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, we have to, if we can, some people think maybe we just get free merchandise and stuff. That's not the case. We have to buy any 93X stuff we have to purchase.
Now, Andrew, are you saying everybody on the team has to buy that helmet, or is this another example of where special teamers don't get the respect they deserve? Like Justin Jefferson, does he have to buy a helmet?
Yes, everyone has to buy their helmet. You have to buy, basically you have to buy to replace it. So they have to get you a new one, so you got to cover the cost of that.
Well, what?
How much is it? How many free tickets do you get to each game? You get a couple, don't you?
No, we don't get any.
Oh, really? Not even any? Wow. Oh, I didn't know.
You get access to buy a couple, though, I believe, right? Yeah, we're able to buy a good amount, but you don't get any for free.
Oh, I was not aware of that.
Has it been that way since you started up in the NFL, or is this a new development?
No, ever since I've been in, every team I've been with, you've had to pay.
Well, you guys aren't such fancy schmancy characters after all.
It's supply and demand. I mean, they can make money off of it, so they're going to sell it.
You're not as above the law as some of your teammates think.
Nope. And the thing is, there's only 10 home games a year if you include the preseason games. So not a lot of games to go around. It's not like they're, baseball's got 162, basketball's got like 80-some. We've only got 10 home games. So, we got to, whatever you want, you can have. You just got to pay for it.
Are you going to go out and work at your bagel shop at all in the off season here?
Yeah, I am. I'm going to get back there. Try and relearn the ropes, see what I forgot, see what we have new, if there's anything new, and get my hands dirty.
Do you ever get just long snap, an everything bagel or anything to somebody?
I've had requests, but for legal purposes, I stay away.
You take somebody's eye out with that thing. I hope there's some hotshot high school kid that's like, who's the new guy over here? Just giving you crowd. The new guy screwed up an everything bagel again.
But you are heading down to Orlando for the Pro Bowl, so you have that to look forward to. And your kids are, I'm sure, excited about that, right?
Kids are jacked up. Kids could not be more excited.
And what's
they became the biggest Rams fans ever.
Yay, Daddy, you lost.
And what's the fun park down there? Which one do they have down there?
Disney World.
Orlando?
In Orlando, yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to go, I think we're going to go to one of the Disney parks. And then they have like a Peppa Pig world, Peppa Pig Land down there.
Orlando.
It's not associated with like Disney or anything, but there is like another amusement park like 30 minutes south. We're going to take the kids there. That's actually kind of fun. It's pretty it's not really crowded. Kids really enjoy it. So that's like a secret spot.
Do you get sick of hearing that British voice while you're there though?
Oh my God!
I'm sick of it already.
Just at home. Andrew, I got to tell you, my granddaughter, who's 2, is so into Peppa Pig. It's unbelievable. And we are actually going to be in Orlando that week, and she is going to go to Peppa's house. That's what she keeps doing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we may actually run into you
that'd be funny.
at the park that week. I don't know where you're going, but that's hilarious.
That would be cool. I hope we do. That would be really cool.
I bet you Grandpa Randy wrenches a knee getting off one of the rides or something like that.
I don't even think they have rides there. Maybe they do, but I know they just have my granddaughter, just for an example, I don't know how many characters are in that show. She knows all of them by name, who they are, what their relationship is. It's insane how these kids know all that just by watching that show.
How old is she again, Randy?
She's 2. She just turned 2 in September.
And, maybe there aren't any rides. I suppose I've been to one of those places, and I believe I was in Orlando. Universal Studios, does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah, that's there too.
Yeah.
Yep.
When I went there were no rides. This was
Universal?
This many years ago.
Oh, I thought they always had rides.
Well, maybe it was a different joy. I remember the first time I went to the Renaissance Festival, I said, what the hell, there's no rides?
They've got a ship that goes back and forth.
That's not a ride. Well, maybe I was at a different place that had no ride. Anyway.
Did you go to, what do they call that? Downtown Disney, maybe?
It was so long ago, I don't recall that. But wow, that would be something if Randy Shaver and Andrew get to hook up.
That would be funny. Oh my God, I can't even believe you said that today.
Peppa Pig. I haven't seen the show yet, but it sounds like something that would torture a parent quite quickly.
Yeah. You'd hate it.
Not as bad as Baby Shark, let me tell you.
Or Caillou.
Caillou's the worst.
Caillou.
Now, Andrew DePaola, are the kids going to want you to wear some Peppa Pig swag while you walk around? Do you have to buy an oversized Peppa Pig tank top or something?
Just pig ears or something?
Not me. Not me. I'm sure they'll get something when we get to the park, but not me. I'm not gonna do that.
Picture an Andrew with the little pig ears on.
Now, can you do rides, Andrew? Are you able to do rides?
I do the little kid rides, yeah. The ones that really don't scare you too much. I can't do the big ones.
Yeah, you'll puke. I'll puke.
I used to be able to go on anything.
Yeah, everyone, once they hit a certain age, that stuff will just make you
worse.
It'll just make you cack all over yourself.
How are you about that, Randy? Can you do rides?
I don't. Not even when I was a kid did I do those kind of rides.
Yeah. So you were the dork who just watched your buddies go on all the...
I was the dork.
Yeah.
Holding purses for people.
That was my mom. My mom was the stuff holder.
Yep.
My dad would go on everything with us, and my mom would just hold everyone's stuff. She's never been able to go on rides.
You know, I think, Andrew DePaola, we could... This year is your third straight Pro Bowl? Second, third? I can't remember. Third. I can guarantee you a fourth.
Okay.
If you steal Justin Jefferson's jock out of the Vikings. I think our listening audience would, what's the word I'm looking for, Josh? Appreciate that so much. I think we could guarantee you a fourth Pro Bowl.
Yeah, pardon the pun, but you would get some serious support if you were to do that.
If you allowed us, we promised we would just bring it to bar gigs and whatnot and show it off. The reason I bring it up, Randy Shaver, I'm sure, remembers this story about Mark Parrish when he was a rookie in the National Hockey League. Mark told us this story years and years ago. When he was a rookie on the Florida Panthers, suddenly, fresh out of St. Cloud State, he was on the same roster as a living legend by the name of Dino Ciccarelli. And Mark told us that when he first got down to Florida, he's a professional now, his buddies were calling him and daring him to steal Dino Ciccarelli's jock so he could bring it back to Minnesota. I just don't remember the end of the story, if he went through with it or not. So that's kind of where I got the idea. That is so good. Dino, I bet it was oversized as hell. Dino was a pimp. So there you go, Andrew. You're off to Orlando soon enough. You're going to be sweating with those bagel ovens in your face soon enough.
When do you have to start getting back into football mode? When does that happen?
Football mode. I mean, normally we report back for the spring, like in mid-April.
Okay.
So I guess that's kind of when you get back into football mode.
So was there now that the season is over? So Monday, Tuesday morning, Tuesday night, Wednesday, any day this week. Now that you no longer have to be in, quote, football shape, is there anything that you've done to your body that you wouldn't normally do during the regular season? Did you get it very drunk? Did you stuff it with disgusting, fattening foods? What have you done to your body now that you can let it go for a couple?
Skipped your workout routine, tried one of those THC seltzers everybody seems to like. Are you vaping now?
Nothing yet, but I did buy a pretty nice bottle of wine, and then I think me and my wife are maybe going to have that at some point.
Okay.
In the off season.
Does your diet change at all?
I don't eat as much right now.
You don't?
Okay. I see. Just not to keep the muscle.
Yeah, because for me, it's tougher to keep weight on, so I eat a lot during the season to keep weight on, and now I just kind of eat when I'm hungry or if I want to, or
people
maybe
people would naturally think it would be the opposite, but it makes sense that it's the way that it is.
Yeah, I just don't eat as much.
I'm not trying to tell a guy how to live his life, but if I were you, I'd get real drunk now, because I would get real drunk tonight maybe, because Peppa Pig World probably isn't the place for that. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Yeah, and you are right about that. Peppa Pig World is not the place you want to be.
Oh, that headline would be hilarious. Pro Bowl long snapper kicked out of Peppa Pig World.
We just see you beating up one of the characters.
Just scarring kids for life.
We're getting Shotgun Messiah Jesus texted Andrew and said, "Be careful with that bottle of wine. We know how fertile you guys are."
That's true.
Be real careful.
Hey, you know what's funny is last year on the Pro Bowl trip is when we announced to our family the gender of our baby that we were having. So, yeah, you're right. We got to be careful.
The off seasons are costly.
They can be. You got a little more time together, sure.
Oh, wow. Yeah, are you planning on making another baby or what?
Nope. Planning on getting that situation fixed.
I was going to say that's the situation for the off season. That's on your to-do list. Get that taken care of.
I don't know if it's on my to-do list, but it's on my mind.
Have we talked about this already, Andrew? Have we talked about vasectomies already with you?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, I mean, we hear good and bad, don't we, Josh?
Yeah, anytime we talk about it, people will text and say it was a breeze. Other people say otherwise.
You know, I knew a guy who maybe a day or two later he's playing beer league hockey with us.
Yeah.
But I know other guys who sat on a bag of frozen peas and cried for a week. You know,
it's not that big a deal.
I'm just telling you what I've heard from broskies, Randy Shaver. Broskies.
I've been through it. It's not that big a deal.
Well, no, I thought yours just happened in a car wreck.
It was just a real aggressive sneeze.
You didn't ask for it.
I don't know why, but so a player a couple of years ago was telling me about his and the whole procedure, and I damn near threw up. I could not listen to this. I mean, he was telling me detail by detail of what they were doing, because I guess you're awake for it, which I did not know before he told me the story.
It is true.
And then we're in London 2 years ago on the bus heading up to the hotel after we landed. I'm talking to like 2 or 3 other guys. They're talking to me about theirs. And again, I'm about to lose it on the bus. I'm sweating. I'm like, guys, you got to stop. Like, this is just, and they're like, they're laughing now because they see what it's doing to me. And they're like, what, it bother you? I'm like, I am just so sick to my stomach hearing about this procedure. Even right now, I'm like, oh, man, I'm getting a little queasy.
Yeah, they just tear them off and throw them in a trash can, and you never see them again.
That's not what they do.
That's what I heard it is, Randy.
Oh, that's not true. Oh, my God.
They send them over. They send them to the burn unit.
They turn them to ashes and send them home with you.
Oh, make a necklace out of them?
Yeah.
Andrew DePaola.
Hang them from the rearview mirror or something?
Well, we didn't expect to talk to you this week. We really didn't. I know last week, in preparation for the playoff game, we had kind of an emotional, a little emotional close to our conversation where we told you how much you meant to us. You probably wouldn't mind if we do it again, would you?
Absolutely not. Yeah, I think we got to do it again because we did a Pro Bowl show last year. I don't know how much we did before that, but yeah, we got to do it again.
Okay, so since there's a chance we talk when you're at the Pro Bowl, we don't need to get all mushy now.
Well, you know what we're introducing him to? The Minnesota goodbye.
Right.
Where we keep saying goodbye over and over and over again.
That is exactly right.
That's a thing.
There's a cat on the phone. What was that?
I think his kid.
Oh, that's my son.
Oh, I thought a cat had crossed your path and meowed.
That's what everyone says. That's my 4-month-old son. He kind of sounds like a cat. He does that. He just goes,
Yeah. I thought for sure you had a kitty on your shoulder or something. So
Nope.
when is this Pro Bowl thing? When should I turn on my television?
When is the Pro Bowl?
Yeah.
Let's see. We get down there Wednesday the 29th. We get there. How many days are in January? 31?
28.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I think it's February 3rd or February 2nd.
It's 2 weeks from this weekend.
Okay, I thought maybe it was this weekend. Okay.
No.
Yeah, the 2nd. So I think that Friday would be, I think, the 31st, because I think that Saturday's the 1st.
Yeah.
We'll be looking for you.
Do you know the activities you're going to be a part of? Have they told you yet, or do you find out when you get there?
Not yet, no. You'd be surprised at how last minute like this event and communication is.
Yeah, I think you've told us that before, where you're just standing around and suddenly someone hands you a javelin and a bicycle helmet or something, and next thing you know, yeah. I mean,
we work in radio. We can't relate to poor communication and things not kind of being sorted and planned out ahead of time.
Right. Right. You guys hear that little baby in the background?
Yeah. I love it. I thought it was a cat.
That's so good.
It's not a baby. It's a cat. Andrew, thanks. We hope we can talk to you when you're at the Pro Bowl then.
Oh, yeah. Looking forward to it.
Thanks, buddy.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
So long. Vikings long snapper Andrew DePaola. Got nothing but time on his hands now because the season is over. All right. So Mr. Baseball is gone.
Yes.
We talked a little bit earlier about Bob Uecker passing away at 90 years old. We talked a little bit about it, but Randy Shaver, Brad Ryder, your thoughts on a living legend? Well, at least he was.
Until yesterday.
Yeah.
I've been around him a couple of times. Met him once. Obviously, wouldn't remember me, but I certainly remembered him. I remember him from Johnny Carson. I mean, to be totally honest with you, that he was so funny on Johnny Carson. So, I mean, never cracked a smile. Everything was dry humor. Carson loved him. I mean, he just was one of Carson's favorite. Thus, he was on the show, I don't know, some 100 times. But, I mean, I'm old enough to have maybe seen him play baseball, but I don't remember him as a player. But his career in TV and then as a broadcaster with Milwaukee is what I think the vast majority of people will always remember about him.
One of the truly great people that the sport of baseball has ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, he obviously made his mark in television after baseball, and then commercials and movies. And I think I looked up yesterday, he was a career 200 hitter in the major leagues. It wasn't like he was a famous player by any stretch of the imagination, but he made his mark afterwards in entertainment and TV and movies. And
Absolutely. Does everyone remember the story of the tuba incident? Now, there's tons and tons of one-liners that Bob Uecker was famous for as a broadcaster, and then when he did television and movies. Do you remember the story of the tuba incident?
I don't.
I don't know.
Okay, so this is when he was a player. In Milwaukee, he was teammates with Hall of Famers Warren Spahn, Eddie Matthews, and Hank effin' Aaron.
Yeah.
And they became lifelong friends.
Yeah.
So in 1964, Uecker played 40 regular season games for the Cardinals that year, but didn't appear in the World Series. And Uecker insisted the manager didn't give him any playing time in the World Series because of the tuba incident. He says there were 3 Dixie bands playing in the outfield during batting practice before one of the World Series games, and Uecker put on a tuba and used it to shag fly balls.
That's awesome.
I don't know if you guys looked at any pictures of this, but the crowd loved it.
Oh, yeah, the pictures
absolutely
so cool.
loved it.
I did not know pictures existed of this.
Yeah. It looks
He was
really
fined.
And I think it's the world's biggest tuba as well.
He was fined for that. $260 he was fined for the dented tuba. The Phil Niekro line, I think, is the one that we have repeated.
Yeah, I've heard this,
Yes.
He caught Phil Niekro, who was a knuckleball pitcher. Right. And suddenly, Uecker leads the National League with 11 errors and 27 pass balls. That's what happens when you're trying to catch a knuckleballer. And go ahead, Randy. You can dump the line on us if you like.
His famous line about the knuckleball, he was asked, how do you catch a knuckleball? And he said, well, that's really easy. You wait till it stops rolling on the ground and you pick it up.
And that year he led the league in pass balls and errors by a catcher. I think he only played in like 50 games.
Yeah.
He didn't play very many games.
Right. He wasn't a regular.
He only caught Niekro.
Right.
The only time he played.
He had the line, Johnny Carson, there's a line where Johnny's showing pictures of Uecker as a player or whatever. And Johnny says, and here's a picture of you and your catching equipment. You were a catcher. Uecker goes, yes, I was a chaser. Didn't call himself a catcher, called himself a chaser.
A couple of my other favorite Uecker lines. He talked about how he was a 200 lifetime. He had a 200 lifetime batting average in the major leagues.
Right.
And he said that tied him with another sports great who averaged 200 or better, and that would be Don Carter, one of America's top bowlers.
You were a catcher.
Yes, I was. Chaser.
Chaser. That is you down here?
Yes, that's me. That's my hidden ball trick.
They were showing a picture of him after he got hit in the nuts with a ball.
What happened in that particular?
Well, I'm sure you've heard the phrase, he had his bell rung.
Yes. that chimed for quite a while, doesn't it? Yes. Yes. All right.
Boy, when you listen to audio of Johnny Carson, I never realized, did he have a mouth or did he communicate strictly through his nose? Did you hear how nasal he was?
Yeah.
I like that.
Here's another Uecker line. He says, I was once named minor league player of the year. Unfortunately, I had been in the majors for 2 years at that time. The television commercials, the movies.
The Miller Lite commercials.
Yes.
Must be in the front row.
Right.
Yeah.
And
these fans, I love them. When I came in, they didn't recognize me at first, but then when I told them who I was, next thing you know, they're buying me my favorite beer, light beer from Miller. Thanks.
Hey, it's a pleasure to buy a beer for a great pitcher like Whitey Ford. So I
lied. 50 years broadcasting the Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Did I get the number right? 50 years?
I think so. I don't think he was
not always the lead play-by-play guy.
Yeah, well, yes, actually, I think since, I think he took over for that on the radio.
Okay.
And I don't think he did all of the games later in his life. I think he just did X number of home games. I don't think he traveled.
Right, towards the end
much.
there.
Yeah.
Looks like 54 seasons.
And the guy dodged death a few times and still made it to 90 years old.
Yeah.
He had some real serious heart problems and this and that. He had open heart surgery.
Wow.
He had cancerous this and that. You know, I mean, this guy was tough.
Yeah. If you have social media, and yesterday, I was down the rabbit hole. I can't even tell you for how long. Maybe 3 hours yesterday, watching videos of. There's a great MLB network. It's about an 8 to 9 minute piece on Uecker that they put out yesterday after the announcement that he had passed. It is so good. There's just so many great tributes and conversations and anecdotes and things about Uecker. It really is nice.
There is only one real, sad story about Bob Uecker while he was alive, and that's the way Andre the Giant treated him at WrestleMania.
That was
disrespectful.
Andre the Giant was not nice to Bob Uecker at WrestleMania, and I never forgave Andre for that. God rest the soul of one of baseball's true giants.
Yeah, exactly.
Bob Uecker. Happier news here, Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder. Ashley is engaged again.
Congratulations.
Oh,
Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, to a young man by the name of Jeremy. Of course, we have our doubts.
Understandable.
Because she did this once already, and it was just a comedy show. But we're very, very happy. We all like Jeremy. He's a nice kid. I'll say it again. The first time I met Jeremy, and I say it that way because that's how Ashley pronounces it. The first time I met him, the two of them together, yada, yada, we're talking, we're meeting. He walks away, and I said to whoever I was standing with, it might have been Josh, I said, this kid has no idea what he's gotten himself into. Because he's a very nice kid. He's really nice. And I thought, he's not prepared for this.
Is there a date set yet?
No, we're just going to do a courthouse wedding.
Okay.
We've made some suggestions. Both Nick and I have offered her money to ruin Dana's wedding by getting married the day before or the day of.
A lot of money, too.
We want to sidetrack Dana's life. We want to do that pretty badly, enough to where we're putting up thousands of dollars if Ashley and Jeremy will get married the day before or the day after to completely ruin the excitement of Dana's day.
That would be a long stretch, too, because Josh's birthday then would be the day before Ashley's anniversary, and that would be the day before Dana's anniversary.
Huh?
What?
Because
Dana, when is your wedding?
March 29th.
Okay.
So then she would do it the 28th, and then Josh's birthday would be the 27th.
I'll do it in honor of your birthday,
Tell
Josh.
you what. Well, then we'll have to ignore your anniversaries because I got a birthday on the 27th.
Yeah, you got a big one coming up.
How about that NFL playoff schedule? Tomorrow, the Texans are at the Chiefs. And then there's a night game, the Commodores at the Lions. And then Sunday, Ram, Eagle, Raven, Bill. Woo-wee, huh?
Yeah. Should be a fun weekend.
It ought to be.
I think the Rams have a chance in Philly.
Well, after what they did to the hell yeah, they have a great chance.
I think the weather's going to be a real big factor in that game, though. It's supposed to snow and be cold.
The Eagles didn't show me Dick Tracy in their first playoff game. The Rams looked I shouldn't say unbelievable. They looked terrific.
Yeah, they did.
So absolutely, they have a great chance.
I think that the difference, though, in playing against this Eagles team is Saquon Barkley. If you can't stop the run against because the Eagles, truly, I think this game will be decided, as most games are in the NFL, inside the line of scrimmage. The Eagles' offensive line is really super good. They've had a great year. Barkley has rushed for over 2,000 yards. Can the Rams stop that run? And, you know, the Eagles are so good at play-action pass. And the quarterback is so good at running the ball. Yeah. There's a lot of things for the Rams to have to defense in that game.
I think that, you know, the Packers, in my opinion, have an average run-stopping defense, and they did okay against them. And the Rams' defensive line is a little bit better. That's why I think they have a shot. We'll see, though.
When the Lion and the Commodore square off, you will be watching the two most aggressive fourth down teams in the NFL. Don't expect to see a lot of punts and field goals. Washington went for it 5 times on fourth down against the Buccaneers last weekend, and they converted 3 of them. Dan Campbell, of course, knucklehead that runs the Lions, since he started coaching that operation, no other team has attempted more fourth down conversions.
Yeah.
How about this real quick for you guys? Let's test your brain. Your brains. Since here we are in the second weekend of the NFL playoffs, the divisional round. Name as many coaches as you think you can in the top 10 for playoff wins. Name as many coaches as you can come up with that you think would fall into the top 10 for playoff win skis.
Bill Belichick.
Bill Belichick is number 1 with 31 playoff wins.
Andy Reid.
Sickeningly, you are correct. He's the second on the list. He's won 26 miserable, unwatchable playoff games.
Don Shula's got to be in there somewhere.
Don Shula won 19 playoff games. You never bet against Don Shula at home.
We'll stay with that era and say Tom Landry.
Tom Landry is 30, won 20 of the sumbitches.
I'd say Vince Lombardi.
No!
Oh, damn.
They only played 1 playoff game. Oh, who'd you beat? Cleveland? Okay, you won the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
they didn't play.
I was thinking Super Bowls. My fault.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'll give you a hint.
How about Joe Gibbs?
How about Bill Walsh?
Joe Gibbs won 17 playoff games. No on the Bill Walsh.
Okay.
So Joe Gibbs is in there.
How about Chuck Noll?
Chuck Noll, 16 playoff wins. There's only one more current coach in the top 10. I'll give you a hint. I hate his brother's guts.
Oh, Jim Harbaugh.
I hate his brother's guts.
John Harbaugh.
John Harbaugh.
That's who you hate.
I'll give you another hint for a guy who won 12 playoff games. On the night, speaking of marriage, on the night that Josh got married, this man's face turned into an inoperable herpy. Yes, Tom Coughlin's face appeared to be an inoperable herpy as he coached the Giants to a win over the Packers at Lambeau Field.
Where's Bud on that list?
Yeah.
He's not on it. At least he didn't crack this top 10.
Well, again, they didn't play as many playoff games
right.
in that era. So
2 more, and I'll give you hints. Guy looked like a walrus.
Guy looked like a walrus.
Mike Holmgren.
Mike Holmgren.
Oh, Mike Holmgren.
Final hint, he had the underbite of a piranha.
Bill Cowher.
That's right, Bill Cowher.
How about Weeb Eubank?
Weeb?
How about that for
Did not make the top 10.
W-E-E-B.
Oh, I remember Weeb.
He looked like a bowling ball.
Yes. Sometimes Josh calls me a plebe.
I love
You guys are all plebes.
I love
Denny?
it. That's my
How about
favorite.
Denny? Where's Denny on that list?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's got two hands on the plow.
Oh, yeah.
How about Bill Parcells on that list?
Bill Parcells now. They called him the Big Tuna.
That's right.
Yeah, big. He won a lot of ball games. He didn't make the top 10 skis.
Dungy either?
Dungy
Yeah.
is a bum.
Okay.
The article noted that Tony Dungy is a bum. All right. You know, we haven't talked at all about those big fat ass, well, there's only one left. The final big fat ass college football title game. When is that, Sunday night?
That's Monday.
Monday night.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, we're not working on Monday, so I guess I got to ask you, do you care? Ohio State and Notre Dame.
Oh, I'll watch it.
Oh, the article here notes that nobody cares.
Oh, I don't think so.
They don't.
I disagree with that.
I think there's a large contingent of Notre Dame fans across the country. And I think the matchup is intriguing. So,
Oh, I'm sure I'll watch it. I'm just busting balls. Now, you want to hear a miserable story? Miserable story. All the screaming and yelling, Randy Shaver, that you and I did at each other a couple days ago over Golden Gopher basketball.
I know.
Something that I'm so... I am such a diehard for Golden Gopher basketball. They pull off this miracle finish, this miracle win over a ranked team last night, and I did not see a single solitary second of the game.
Minnesota, no timeouts. Patterson bumped. We play on. It's Garcia. Lets it go for the win. Dawson Garcia. Bottom. Ball game. Gophers walk it off and beat Michigan in overtime.
Just beautiful.
Love
I'm so
Corey
happy.
Provis.
Yeah,
that was
Corey
fun.
Provis on basketball.
Corey Provis is a tie-in with Bob Uecker a little bit, too, because Corey and Bob did Brewers games for many years before Corey came over here.
Yes, they did.
Right.
You are correct about. I'm so unhappy and mad at myself. I mean, what kept me busy was very important. This is the stuff I live for.
Yeah.
And I missed it.
Amazing.
But I'm so proud of them. That friggin' shot by Garcia.
I know.
Are you kidding me?
And it looked like it took like every ounce of effort for him to get it. To
Yes.
Looked like a little kid just trying as hard as he can to get it up there.
But he was asking for it. Remember, he was looking at the guard saying, dude, give it to me. I will hit this shot. And he did.
It did look like a fourth grader shooting a three-pointer for the first time.
I mean, the guard looked so confused. You know, he got the ball with about 9 seconds left and almost dribbled it off his leg twice. And then they couldn't really get into a set. And he's like, okay, here, take it.
Yeah.
Our homeboy March Madness Jesus, who is a regular listener and texter, and especially when we're talking basketball, he gets involved. He says that's and I think this is an easy answer. The best finish, the best buzzer beater for the maroon and gold since, oh God, and I remember where I was and who I was with when Hoff Harbor beat Indiana.
Oh gosh, sure.
In the Big Ten tournament with that beautiful inbounds launch, full court inbounds launch to Hoff Harbor, and he spins, and friggin' Indiana can kiss my ass. Well done, Golden Gopher Broskis.
Yeah, it's nice. You know what, though? Keep it going. I'd love to see them at least be respectable to finish this season.
They play the Iowegians next.
That's a win.
Yeah, the Iowegians are just crooked.
They are all Iowegians are crooked.
It's a crooked program. You want to hear something cute here? Now, Brad, still on the topic of men's basketball, college basketball. Bradley University beat Indiana State 118-65 a night or two ago. Now, that's an ass whooping.
Yep.
The score at halftime was Bradley 66, Indiana State 63. So what folks are talking about is that if Bradley hadn't scored a single point in the second half, they still would have won the ball game.
They held them to 6 points in the second half.
Are you talking about Indiana State?
Yeah.
No. The final was 118 to 65.
They held them to 2 points.
Held them to 2 points.
How is my arithmetic off here? What are we talking about?
You said the halftime score, they had 63. So they ended up with only 65?
No. I've misspoken. I knew I would screw this up because numbers and arithmetic.
That's
the halftime score. Yes. The halftime score was 66 to 33.
Okay, there you go. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I hate this. I knew I would screw this up. But Bradley scored 66 points in the first half. Indiana scored 65 for the entire game.
Right.
Yes, there you
So
go.
had Bradley not scored...
I understand now.
You did great.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, man.
Timberwolves at the... well, when it comes to numbers, it's always a struggle for me. Timberwolves at the New York Knicks tonight at home versus Cleveland tomorrow night.
Ooh, they got a tough 3-game stretch. They got those two, and then they go to Memphis on Monday.
Yeah. Is Cat playing?
We'll find out.
Questionable.
Questionable.
Going to Memphis on Monday. That was a country song Josh and I were working on for
going to Memphis.
Yeah.
Walking in Memphis.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that tune.
I hate that friggin' song.
Yeah, I can't
Mark
stand
Cohn.
it.
Yeah, Mark Cohn. That's perfect that his name is Cohn.
Here's the call.
Because that song sucks. I hate that song, Walking in Memphis.
I just started hating it too.
What?
Stupid song.
I was walking in Memphis, walking with 2 feet off a Beale. Shut up.
Come on.
No, it was terrible.
There's nothing wrong with that.
The guy literally was a cone.
Here's the call.
Oh, man.
What's the line in the song? Son, are you a Catholic or whatever? Ma'am, I am tonight, because I was a walking in Memphis. The Pigs are at Nashville tomorrow night. They're still talking about the Russian kid playing again sometime.
That'd be nice.
And Golden Gopher hockey. Back to Notre Dame. The number 3 Golden Gopher men's hockey club this weekend plays at home against the Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
There you go.
I played beer league with a couple guys who were Notre Damers. They played college hockey at Notre Dame. They had some real fun, let me tell you, until they met the Canadian kids.
Didn't go so well.
Yeah, they said, ooh, were they iffy. They were just odd and iffy. They told so many horrific stories of the Canadian kids. They were just gross and inappropriate at all times. They told me that they had a lot of fun until they met the Canadian kids. And then it wasn't as much fun.
Music has been taken out of this portion of the Half-Ass Morning Show podcast for licensing reasons.
We've accomplished a lot this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't drink it, Josh.
So now listeners are torturing me by texting in lyrics to this song. I was down in the jungle room. Eventually he talks about the jungle room. You know what this reminds me of, Josh?
What's that?
When I'm in the basement, like doing chores, like laundry, and I left the radio on what's that channel called again?
Cool 108?
Yes, I left the channel on Cool 108, and I'm busy with my task. I want to go over to the radio and turn it off, but I can't because I'm busy. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And I have to sit through this song. I'm like, if I was closer to the radio, I could turn off Cool 108 and not hear Walking in Memphis by Mark Cohn. But I'm too far away. It's a terrible, helpless feeling.
You really hate this song.
Oh, I do.
I'm actually with you. This is garbage.
It's terrible.
Oh, come on, you guys.
What are you doing, Josh? You seem upset.
Well, I'm just tearing up some song lists for our impending wedding.
Oh, no.
I thought that could be our first dance.
What else does K102 play that pisses me off?
Cool 108.
What did I say? Again,
it's numbers. That's
numbers. Again, that wasn't a joke. That's what numbers do to me. What do they call it again?
Cool 108.
Cool 108. Yeah. Don't get me wrong.
Are they done playing Christmas music yet?
They are.
Just continue to do that.
We'll start again February 1st.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I do like the channel. I do. I listen to it at the house once in a while. I do. But there's some... And they could rip us if they wanted to. If you're at K, one more time.
Cool 108.
If you're at Cool 108, they probably say, "Oh, hey 93X, so how about you play the Sound of Silence again?" Right?
Yeah.
We could rip each other back and forth. The other song on Cool 108 that pisses me off. Do we need to hear Michael Jackson do the way you make me feel? No, we don't need to hear that anymore. You really turn me on. You really turn me on. I'm knocking out of my feet now. But no, we don't need that one anymore.
How's your blood pressure?
God, really?
It's hot in here. God dang it.
Oh, man.
It would be funny if this song was actually on Cool 108 right now.
Oh, yeah, I wonder what they got going on. I'm going to look on their website.
Yeah,
Does it say?
The playlist? Yeah, I'm sure it does.
Oh, it says Your Home for Mark Cohn. Cool 108.
That's it. Exactly.
It's unbelievable.
Sirius XM actually has a Mark Cohn channel.
Are you serious?
No way.
I'm not serious.
Let's see.
Radio?
They played Like a Prayer into Forever Young, Rod Stewart.
Yeah.
Oh, who doesn't love Rod Stewart?
Oh, yeah.
And Higher Love, Steve Winwood.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Those are all good.
I know we're already out of time here, or almost out of time. Does everyone have that friend who loves music but doesn't know a single solitary thing about it?
Yeah, yeah.
As far as like who the artists are,
I should be more clear. Yes, thank you, Randy, about who's singing, when the record came out. They just don't know any of that stuff, but they do love music. My buddy Doug is the absolute least informed music fan that ever lived. I got a couple of stories working in the kitchen at the Wayzata Legion when we volunteer back in the kitchen and cook up the broasted chicken for the old folks. So we always have the radio on, and at one point that Forever Young song came on by Rod Stewart. And Dougie says, "Oh, you guys remember this video?" And we all said, "Well, yeah, I think so." He's like, "Yeah, it's like a Vietnam scene, like helicopters and bombs going off and whatnot." And we said, "Forever Young" by Rod Stewart? What? How in God's name would that make for a music video? We said, "We don't know what the hell you're talking about," but in the music video, he's in the back of a truck with some little kid, and they're hugging each other the entire time. What led you to believe that song was about Vietnam?
He was thinking about CCR.
Oh, he probably never heard of CCR. But the other moment was, again, we're listening to, these 80s channels in the kitchen, and it was Jack and Diane, followed by Born in the USA. And he says, "Now we're talking, boys. Back-to-back Mellencamp."
How dare he?
Yeah,
Also,
I set Dana off for sure.
I did a little bit more digging on the Cool 108 playlist, and they played The Way You Make Me Feel by Michael Jackson less than an hour ago. 7:24, they got that one in.
When is Mark Cohn coming down the pike?
Oh, it'll happen soon.
Oh, they played Peter Cetera, Heart.
Ooh.
I know Peter Cetera is good, but I change the channel if I hear that too.
Peter Cetera.
Oh, I'm a fan.
If you leave me now, you'll take away the very heart of me. Who wants to go from there?
Ooh.
We got to go. You guys have a great weekend.
There's a douchiness to them.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Dana here for Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. We all know January is one of the coldest months of the year, and not that cheery, fun kind of Christmas cold. Nah, just the dark, dank January cold. Standard Heating and Air Conditioning is well aware of this, and that's why they're offering $40 off a furnace tune-up to keep you warm during the Minnesota cold. The last thing you want is to be huddled around an iffy space heater you bought from some shady targeted ad. Oh, and how about this? Standard Heating and Air Conditioning has now been helping Minnesotans for over 95 years. So book your appointment now at standardheating.com. That's standardheating.com.
Hi, I'm Joe Salcihi, host of the Stacking Benjamin Show. Every week, we talk about personal finance, saving, investing. And the thing that I've seen with very successful people, they just try more stuff. I like this tip. Leverage debt mindfully.
Biggest financial flex. They're all like, yeah, my dad's rich.
Just make sure your parents do good. That's all you got to do. You never knew personal finance could be this fun. All right, well then how do you hold the budget together, OG?
Make more money.
Do better. And scene. Stacking Benjamins. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Oh, is that all the thanks I get for the native hot sex?
My goodness, we're close now. close to wrapping up the damn work week here on the 93X Half-Ass Morning Show. Hell, it's been an eventful week. Just 2 days ago, Ashley was single.
Yeah, wow. What a shocking
Completely single.
And again, which of the guys is it that proposed to you and you said yes?
Jeremy.
Did you know it was him? I mean, you saw him, right? You knew which guy it was proposing?
Yeah, I knew.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
I'll be.
That's the first. You want to make sure when you get proposed to, you want to make sure who's doing it.
It's been a special day. Ashley became engaged yesterday. Let us know. And we've been talking about it on and off. It's just as exciting as anything that's ever happened in the history of the world. So congratulations. But get ready, Ashley and Wapple and Dana. I love a good guessing game. I do. So, the three of you, because I know Cubby already has this information in front of him. The three of yous, you're up. What is the least licked part of the human body?
Back of the knee.
Okay, we have an answer. Back of the knee. And you know what's interesting about the information that I have in front of me? Some body parts that immediately spring to mind, they're not on the list.
I would go...
Meaning a lot of body parts that you would assume to be unlickable are lickable.
Uh-oh.
So Ashley says back of the knee.
I'm going to go elbow.
The elbow. And Dana?
I'm going to say bottom of the foot.
I know
the bottom of somebody's foot.
Oh, I think about feet fetishes, though.
See, that's a terrible guess. Yeah,
because for me, I would think that'd be in the top 10.
I thought it was more like people were into toes. I didn't know they were into the bottoms of the feet, too.
Oh, no, they'll put the entire foot in the mouth. They'll lick the bottom of the foot.
Yeah, you want to lick it all.
I guess I underestimated the foot people out there.
That's why I didn't say armpits, because this program has taught me that some people are really into armpits.
That's right.
Now, as far as I can tell here, I believe Ashley is correct.
Sweet.
The knee pit. The knee pit. That's the back of your knee.
The reason I guessed that is because I know I'm pretty sure that's an erogenous zone for people.
It is?
Yeah, and a lot of people don't know that. But I love, say you're getting a massage, like when somebody touches the back of my knee. I love that feeling. Really? It feels so good.
I never knew that.
No, I wasn't aware of the erogenous gimmick that you brought up. I wasn't aware of any of that. People online were talking about which body parts would be the least licked.
Well, now, people in long-term relationships like Vacation Jesus here have a bone to pick with this, so to speak, because they say there's body parts that might be on the top 10 that are usually licked, but in their long-term relationship, that's the least likely to be licked. I never considered that. It depends on who you ask.
There are circumstances, sure.
She'd be more likely at this point to lick behind my knee than anywhere else.
Right. There are circumstances. God knows who was asked to contribute to this report. I just love that the conversation is even being had. What's the least licked body part? I just get a kick out of that conversation even being real. Here are some other responses. Oh, no. Oh, try this when you get a chance, Josh, because I know you and your old lady have tried everything at this point. Licking underneath somebody's eyelid.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's kind of something we do.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty gross. I don't think I could do that.
Have you guys heard about eyeball licking?
No, I don't like anything to do with the eyes.
No, I don't either, but I've heard of eyeball licking.
I have too. I think we've talked about it on the show.
What about licking somebody's scalp?
My dogs like to do that to me.
Oh, I had a cat that would straight up attempt to eat my hairdo when I was a kid. Animals love human beings licking somebody's scalp. They sweat all day. They got a little bit of dandruff up there, maybe.
Have you guys ever had your heads licked? Because
only by that cat I was telling you about.
Yeah.
Only. Oh, you mean since we went bald?
Yeah.
No, no one's licked my skull.
Feels so weird.
Yeah, I don't think I'd like that.
Yeah.
I like to, if I give somebody a hug or something, I like to sniff their head. I like to just bring them in and just take a big sniff.
That's how you get to know them.
Yeah,
just a real long, slow one too, right, Josh?
Yep, and then I don't let them go when they want to.
Other folks...
More sniffing, more.
Other folks commenting their 2 cents on the least licked body parts. And I guess, meaning the fact that they name some of these body parts, it must mean that they stay a fair distance away from these body parts. The front of the knee, so you're just licking somebody's knee. Tonsils.
Well, unless you're like a lizard of some sort, I think that's going to be pretty tough.
Is there anyone on planet Earth, aside from the easy Gene Simmons joke, is anyone on planet Earth built to lick someone else's tonsils?
No.
Unless somebody has some weirdly placed tonsils.
I mean, I really don't even know. How far down would you have to go to lick somebody's tonsil?
Well, obviously several. Who's got a tape measure?
Here's elbows.
Yes.
All right, so other people were
talking. I know a lady that could lick her elbow. And she would always say, "Do you want to see me lick my weenus?" Because that's the elbow skin there.
Okay, well...
And she could lick it.
Ugh, I wish I could.
Because her tongue was so long, or she was double jointed?
It was a combination. She was just so flexible, and she had a longer tongue.
Yeah, that was my second guess. My first guess was going to be the shin. And I was like, well, there's some people that are really flexible and could get that up there.
Licking a shin, okay. Well, you understand, Wapple, that we're licking each other's body parts here. We're not necessarily licking our own body parts.
No.
Yeah, these are things that you might lick on another person.
Inside the nostril.
Oh.
Yeah, don't do that.
I think I'd be a little weirded out by
My
that.
dog is fascinated by what I have up there.
My dog's done that on accident.
Licking somebody tricep? Where's a tricep, Josh?
Well, I don't have any, but where they would be back
the
here.
The back of the arm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Fingernails. Oh, God. Look at my... yeah. Mine are filthy all the time, and I bet you would not get the greatest... of flavors.
Ew, like
from
under it?
Yeah.
Dude, no.
Licking somebody's ankle. Well, foot fetishists probably really like the ankle. Okay, this next one grabs me. Well, first I'll go with this one. The nape hairline, the hairline at the back of the neck, that grosses me out, the thought of that. I am at least I try to be very active in keeping my neck shaved. I cannot stand having long hairs back there. And when I see someone in public, or it could be a stranger, could be somebody I know, with a lot of hair cruising out the back of their neck, it just gives me the willies. That look gives me, older guys never take care of their hairs, and it's flying everywhere.
That's the only thing on this list that I like to participate in.
You lick the back of somebody's hairline.
No, I like having like the back of my neck messed with.
Yeah. Licky licked.
It sends like that chill down your spine.
You just touched yourself, literally. You were just massaging your own hairline, and you gave yourself the chills.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it made the list as a least licked body part. Ashley says, "Don't be a hater." But this last one here, I can't believe that we did this to each other when we were kids. Because it's effing disgusting. And I could never bring myself to do it today. But when we were junior high grade school kids and we made out, we would stick tongues in each other's friggin' ears.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
Wow.
Why did we do that?
Somebody must have made it. It must have been in like some type of movie.
Probably.
Really?
Oh,
when you're making out?
Yeah.
Yeah, little ear lick.
Oh, this is common?
At least it was for me growing up. After I dumped a hideous hickey on a gal's neck, then I would usually tongue bang her ear for quite a while. And why, I don't know, because it's just all full of garbage and filth. And
we're like dogs in that way.
Yeah.
It was oral. That's a spelling joke.
I wish I was smart enough to get that one, man.
I thought one person would laugh at that.
Well, do you want to explain it?
Well, oral, relating to the ear. When you A-U-R-A.
Oh, A-U, yeah.
All right.
I mean, really, honestly.
I'm going to try that again later and see if it works.
Okay. You got to hang with smarter people than us, Josh.
I really thought one person would get it.
You never tongue punched an ear?
No, I never even considered it.
For whatever reason, when we were 7th graders, it was just, I don't know why we...
So, like in the process of making out,
Yeah.
you stick your, so you gave someone oral.
Yes.
Yeah,
A-U-R.
Get it?
You suck on the neck. You know, of course, the huge open mouth French kissing that we did when we were kids. You know, we had to just swallow their entire face. Then there was, like I said, some neck sucking. We always were going in and out of each other's ears.
I remember the specific dude that I dated for a little bit that was really into that.
That was his thing?
Yeah, like he wouldn't even just start at the neck. It would just be straight for the ear.
Yeah.
Yeah, an ear thing.
Nibbling on the ear, sure. But yeah, I've never known anyone to go inside.
Oh, we just deep-throating earwax all evening at the 7th grade dance. I don't know.
It's so true, though. I hadn't thought about them for so long.
Yeah.
You're so right. Why did we do that?
And I thought I was, making progress with that move when the girl was likely thinking, what in God's name is wrong? But then again, girls would dump that on us, too, now and again.
That would weird me out.
You gotta try it tonight, Josh.
No, I'm not gonna. Although my wife, it would be an easy target. She can pick up signals from China and those things.
I've never noticed.
Oh, they're huge.
All right.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
All right, welcome back. We're almost done here, but not before Cubby dumps the shout-outs.
Happy 12th birthday to Peyton, a.k.a. P-Train Jesus from Mom, Beer and Pizza Jesus, hubba hubba. Shotgun Messiah Jesus texts an 18th birthday shout-out to his, quote, eldest leech with a birthday on Sunday. And happy birthday to you, Porcelain Punisher Jesus.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. 93.
The 93X Half-Ass Morning Show podcast is sponsored by Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. New episodes drop each weekday. If your podcast platform has ratings, go ahead and give us 5 stars and maybe give our enemies 1. Thanks, and here's a word from our sponsor. Dana here for Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. We all know January is one of the coldest months of the year, and not that cheery, fun kind of Christmas cold. Nah, just the dark, dank January cold. Standard Heating and Air Conditioning is well aware of this, and that's why they're offering $40 off a furnace tune-up to keep you warm during the Minnesota cold. The last thing you want is to be huddled around an iffy space heater you bought from some shady targeted ad. Oh, and how about this? Standard Heating and Air Conditioning has now been helping Minnesotans for over 95 years. So book your appointment now at standardheating.com. That's standardheating.com.